Hey, good morning, everybody. Wow. Good to see y'all.
Oh, you too.
On this Wednesday, it's supposed to be nice out today, huh?
Yeah, like 70.
Darn
windy.
it.
It's supposed to be windy.
Man, this weekend's not looking great.
What the hell? Let's just take off now and then we'll just work on the weekend, you know? Work indoors.
I think they're calling for rain Saturday, Sunday, Monday, at least a little bit. Going to be in the low 70s.
I mean, I got
Right.
indoor activities I can be doing to kind of
Yeah,
fill
but-
the weekend, I guess. But
Pool parties. Come
Yeah,
on.
I was going to say, just in time for me to be pressured by the family to get this pool open. And I was like, nah, I got a feeling it's going to get cooler. They're like, no, dude, today is 85. And then the next day it was like 87. Like, we got to schedule it. So
Got to
here we
get
go.
this pool open, guys.
Yeah, I'm going to have it for 69 high, 72 high, 70 high, 40% showers on Saturday,
Yeah.
60% rain
Sunday, yeah.
and thunder on Sunday. 69 is high. I don't see a high above 80 all next week.
What about Monday? What's Monday supposed to
72, 50% rain and thunder.
be? Okay, see.
Tuesday, 30% showers, 72.
Well, it's going to get hot eventually. It just sucks that it's this weekend.
Yeah. Nah, it's just getting pushed back. I will say, though, 72, 72, 74, 77, 78. It's cool.
No, it's nice. The temperature is
awesome.
good,
It's
but
gonna
it's
be
not
pretty
really
cool.
jumping in the pool.
No, it ain't pool weather. Not for, well, maybe not
got
for
a
me.
heater.
I think it's usually roasting by this time of year too. Like isn't Memorial Day usually hot as hell?
It could go either way.
Am I just wanting it to be that way?
you might be thinking of Labor Day. Like Labor Day is always
Labor
hot.
Day's
Yeah, you're
Labor
right.
Day, September.
Labor
Yeah.
Day, when it should be cool.
Right.
Last year we skipped spring, right? We just went to summer.
Oh, yeah.
Was that what it was?
I think
Yeah,
so. I
like
think
right
last
to
year it
summer?
just got hot right in April and it stayed hot.
And it was sticky.
Yeah.
We got sticky.
Oh, I love when it's sticky out.
You might be right. Maybe I feel like the two holidays have switched. Like you want it to be warm on Memorial Day because it's the beginning of
Yeah, it's
summer.
like pools open.
Yeah, you open
Cool.
up
And then
pools.
Labor Day when the fair's going on and you want the autumn to be there, it's like still 100 degrees in September.
Yeah. We're having a climate shift, I'm sure. Like sometimes I think about that, like when people talk about climate change, and obviously we're not climatologists, we have no clue, but when you think about it, like the Midwest, that's why you see so many people moving from California to like Nashville or Montana. I'm not saying Montana is the Midwest, but like you see them moving into places that are going to be plentiful of like water and like less drought and, you know, not as many natural disasters, even though we have tornadoes here and flooding. But I keep thinking about that. Like, you're going to start seeing people on the coast, even in your beloved Florida, start to be moving into the Midwest.
Well,
where
that
it's
means
safer.
more room for me.
You're going to be underwater, pal. You're
I'm
going to be on a
I'm going to
boat.
be in a
More room
high
for you
rise,
in the
okay?
lifeboat.
You're Kevin Costner in Water.
I'm going to be
Yeah.
in a high rise,
You're living on a
overlooking
jet
the
ski, dude.
ocean in Boca Raton
with a gold chain.
with a gold chain and my tracksuit on. I'm ready to go.
The first 12 floors of that high rise will be underwater.
That's
Right.
fine. I'm ready to go.
Okay. I'm just saying.
I wasn't planning on using the gym anyway.
Grow some gills, dude, because you're going to need them.
Grow some gills. I don't know if that's possible.
You are right, though. I feel like it's, we may have talked about this before, but I feel like, you know, not to be old, we were just talking about becoming old guys in there, but like, I remember high school homecoming being like bonfire weather. Like that fifth, you know, I don't know what that would be. Whenever high school starts, like mid-September, it would be like, you know, sweatshirts and jeans. And the last few years, I feel like when everyone's homecoming games roll around, it's like still shorts and T-shirt. I feel like the months have shifted to where it stays hot.
Well,
until
one year
almost
it's one
October
way,
now.
and the other year it's another way. I don't know.
Yeah.
We always just remember what happened last year, but the year before that, couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
That's a good
I don't know. We're shaking our fists at the sky. That's what we're doing. We're getting to be
Day.
old. We're getting to be old codgers.
Get off my lawn.
Well, I mean, speaking of which, I had some terrible parenting moves yesterday.
Go on.
Scott Rizzuto, Parent of the Year.
What happened to you? What'd you do?
I was not nice. I don't know. I was in a mood yesterday.
Your children?
No. Well, I took the boy. You know, the boy's driving test is next week, and you know he turned 16 on the 27th. So he's like, "Hey, Dad, can you take me out to the testing center? I want to practice parallel parking." I said, "Great, let's go." So he comes home from school. We get in the car. We drive down to the testing center. It's on Baxter in Baldwin.
Okay.
And in the parking lot there, they have set up an area where you could, I guess they do it during the testing there. They do the parallel parking. It's like these two orange, they're not cones.
They're like
ballards, I guess you call
yeah,
them.
they're like plastic ballards. I guess.
So it's got the distance.
It's a cone that's 4 foot high.
Right. It's got the distance where you're supposed to put the car in there. So we roll down there, and you know, he's getting it wrong. I'm like, do it again. He pulls out. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again until he starts to get it right. So I would say we pulled in and out of those, in between those two cones, maybe 15 to 20 times. Just kept going, kept going, kept going, kept going. At one point, a guy pulls up. So the boy pulls out the car, and the guy pulls up his car. He's in the passenger seat, and old man,
How old?
70s.
Okay.
And I guess he's teaching his granddaughter how to drive and how to parallel park. So he pulls up to the spot, now blocking my son from backing in. And he goes, "Hey, you're supposed to give other people a chance."
Yeah.
And I go, "I don't see no time limit, old man."
Wow.
And that's a quote.
What a turd. How long were you that? You said 15 times?
I mean,
Old boy did it 15 times. This cat was waiting, and then you chirped at him and
You would
called
kill
him
somebody.
an old man?
if
Yeah,
you were
dude.
the old man in the situation, you would have been murderous.
Oh, if I were the old man in the situation, I would have gotten out of the car and fought me.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you would have been the person that said, hey, you're supposed to let somebody else have it.
Right.
How old is this guy, do you think?
In the 70s.
Oh, man. You're
No respecting of the
I,
others.
You've
I'm
lost it.
telling you, man, I don't know why I said it.
That's 20-year-old Riz coming
Did you have
out.
too much caffeine yesterday? Were we
I
like
was in a mood.
chemically altered? Okay. Yeah.
Like, was it originally a good mood, or was it just that mood of I'm going to yell at everybody that talks to me?
You were choosing violence yesterday.
I chose to be not a nice person yesterday afternoon. I mean, that's a quote. I don't see no time limit sign, old man.
Old man. You're like Neil Young, only worse.
Now, did I regret what I said? Yes,
How long after?
immediately.
What'd you
There was immediate.
So did you make amends? Did you figure this out? Did you say, hey, listen, I'm sorry. We'll get out of here.
No.
After our 16th try.
No, the look on the guy's face was enough. I was like, ah. And then, of course, I had to yell, relax to him, and then we got in the car and we left.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Well,
That's one way to apologize.
tell me something. When you're teaching...
It gets better.
Yeah.
Oh, it does?
We're going to get into that.
When you're teaching the kids to drive, don't you... Maybe you reacted this way because it has this inevitable, very natural stress to it, where you're trying to completely hide it because you're trying to just like stay calm and enjoy this, and like trust the kid and be like encouraging.
There was a. We had done the parallel parking thing, and he got it down pretty good. But there were some times where I was like, "Do it again!
Right.
You cut it too close!
There's stress.
Turn the wheel!"
There's stress in your position that you're trying to.
It was a high stress situation as it was,
and you're trying to hide it in a weird, unnatural way because
Yeah.
you're not trying to make the moment tense because it gets so tense so quick. If you criticize it incorrectly or you have the wrong tone, the kid's like, "I don't even want to do this."
Yeah, the boy was getting salty with me at certain points, and it was a high stress situation.
Yeah.
And the guy pulled up, and
That's no excuse, by the way, but at least it's a reason.
the old man came at me with an attitude a little bit too.
What do you mean?
Dude,
I want
guy
to know
was
what
probably
old man
Fred
attitude
Rogers.
was. Yeah, like
Yeah, what if it came up and was like, "You're supposed to let someone else have a turn"? That's
It
probably
wasn't
what
that
happened.
tone. It was, you're supposed to give other people a turn too.
right. Well, he's your elder. I mean, I feel like that's appropriate,
I don't see no time limit sign, old man.
and that's true too. So I understand where you're coming out, but like, you weren't thinking of others. You were just thinking of your boy, which is fine. But you got to be. You were having main character energy yesterday.
Yeah.
That's all this is.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mr. Common Courtesy over here.
So we got in the car, and I go, let's just go home.
Okay.
Like, you did good. You test us next week. It's fine. We'll come back
Yeah.
before the test, and we'll finish up. He did good. I mean, I even took a video. I think I showed you, Moon, and I showed you, Rafe.
Why didn't we all get it? Why don't you text?
Would
text
you
to
like
the
to?
group?
Would you like to see?
Yeah. I
did
care
well.
about his driving. I'm yelling at him at Point Fest about it. I want to be involved.
I know.
Yeah, just
Okay.
press a little play on there. That's good.
He did well considering, the stress of witnessing you yell at an elder.
Honestly, maybe that was a plant. Maybe you did this on purpose so you could show, a pressure-filled situation to see if he can park under pressure.
Yeah, yeah.
There's road raging going on all around you. It's like
And-
it's like a Walmart parking lot.
And Sean says the etiquette of the parallel parking area is you once you pull out, you're supposed to circle around and go back to the beginning.
Oh.
And you did it 15 times.
Oh yeah, there was no circling.
Is there only one?
There's 2 spots.
This is off of Clayton Road, right?
It's
this where
I
I'm
think it's
looking at?
Baxter.
I could see you taking the
Oh,
cones, putting him in the Jeep, and leaving.
Baxter and Clayton.
Yeah, good job, right?
Yeah, I did really well. Proud of him.
Yeah, very good.
That's awesome.
Very good. And this is shortly before the old man came up and was, hang on, you're supposed to give other people a chance. Relax, okay? So we get in the car. Now I'm like, I'm starting to calm down at this point because I'm upset. I'm upset on 2 fronts.
Yeah.
I'm upset with myself, and I'm upset kind of with the old man for telling me what to do. Fine.
Fine.
He was in the right.
He was in the right. Yes, I will admit that now. He's in the right. Fine.
Big of you. Thank you.
Fine. So now we're driving home, and the boy is to make a right onto Old State. Okay, so we're coming off one of the side streets, and we're going onto Old State. Now it's a merge onto Old State. It's not a stop sign. It's a merge onto. So he's going to merge right. So he's waiting for the Old State road traffic to go by. Well, there's a car behind the boy, and there's a car coming down Old State who does not turn a signal, who does not put a signal on to turn right down the street we are. So the boy is waiting for this guy to pass who doesn't signal. He turns right. So the car behind the boy honks her horn. Mm-hmm. It wasn't just a honk. It was more of an eh. It wasn't a toot toot. It was an eh. Well, me in my heightened state, I go, this will not stand.
Oh,
No.
Taking the wrath out.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah, go ahead.
When you're out in public, okay? Like when I'm out in public, no matter where I am, I'm like aware, like people may be listeners of the show or seen me in window commercials. Like I'm aware that like how I'm being perceived is possibly on high alert, you know?
Yeah.
And I would say people know you a lot. Like they
Yeah, but I wasn't thinking about anything.
Okay.
I was thinking because my son goes, was she honking at me? I go,
she sure
oh yeah,
was.
she was.
All right.
Oh yeah, she was.
And a honk at you is a honk at me.
Oh yeah, she was.
And I know you're being Papa Bear, you're very protective of your boy. Like, I get this.
So in my head, I go, no,
Not today.
not today,
Oh God.
not today. So we turn right onto Old State, and it's a 2-lane. You know exactly what I'm
Yeah.
talking about?
Yeah.
It's 2 lanes, and then you make a left onto Manchester. Mm-hmm. So I said, get in the right lane, slow down a little bit, let her pass you on the left.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
You,
I don't know where this is
going on?
headed.
you're a
I've
real
actually been
mentor.
flipped off at this exact location. When Tim bought his motorcycle recently, I took him to the dealership and he was riding it home and I was following him behind and and this Beamer, sorry guys, I know you are the Beamer crew, but this BMW behind me laid on his horn, flipped me off, past both of us. So this is kind of like a problematic area of town anyway
Yeah,
with a
yeah.
bunch of a-holes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep
I'm
it real.
adding, and I'm adding. So I go, all right, stay in the right lane. I think the speed limit's like 45. I go, take it down to 40
Yeah.
and let her pass you. So I told him to pit maneuver her, and he didn't do that. So he brings it down to 40. She passes on the left. I go, okay, get right behind her.
Okay.
Maintain a safe distance, guys.
That's
you know,
good.
obviously,
Maintain low tones.
maintain a
Papa
safe
education,
distance.
right.
But get right behind her.
I mean, not like not tailgate her.
Oh.
Not like no. Listen, I want to be safe. I may be
Let her know we're
I may
here.
be a jerk, but
Yeah, safety, I'm sure, was top of mind.
No, I said just get behind. I didn't say get right behind her. To get behind her. Cross your fingers. She's making a left onto Manchester Road as well.
Okay.
So we get behind her. There's a traffic light, left turn onto Manchester. The light was red. I said, as soon as that light turns green, lay on the horn.
All right, so we're
you made your
teaching
son
aggressive
pretend he had road rage.
driving.
What are his responses to this? He's like, I don't want to do this.
Your son is
Was
the
he into it?
sweetest boy.
I learned it from
mean,
watching you, Dad.
For real.
I mean, this is how things get passed. The nations are still at war because
it
of this
is.
kind of stuff.
Well, my mom taught me how to drive. What you're doing is my mom, how she taught me how to drive. With the finger, the laying on the horn, the aggressive, trailing them. I learned like the mechanics of how to take care of a car, like check your dipstick from my dad. And then I learned how to be a real bitch on the road because of my mom. And that's a statement of love. Like, Jill doesn't take it from nobody.
Yeah, and these are bad lessons to teach the boy. And he's a sweet kid. And again, he doesn't curse. He doesn't say a curse word. I've not heard this kid say a curse word.
Right.
So light turns green and lays on it.
Was he
Lays
uncomfortable
on
doing it? Or was he like, yeah? What was his energy doing it?
He was smiling.
Okay.
Okay, and did he point at you whenever he honked?
Well, when I told him to do it, he goes, really? I go, do it.
Wow. This is the next crop of drivers,
So, I mean, as soon as that light turned and boom, horn.
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm like, that'll show her. I don't know what that rationale is either. I don't know what that rationale is. Did I feel better after? A little bit, honestly.
Okay.
Really?
A little, slightly.
What was her reaction?
After we laid on the horn?
Yes.
No reaction.
Okay. Just puttered off.
Went to wherever she was going.
You sent her on a trajectory, though.
Yeah, she's curled up in a ball somewhere now, man.
Or took that. I mean, that sort of rage transfers on. Like you get flipped off by somebody. You put that in your back pocket for the next hour, and then anybody that does one more damn thing, now you're taking that previous rage out on the next guy.
Yeah, and also what's terrifying, if you're a female, you look back, you see this male driving, and he's smiling big time. As he honks.
Stop that.
I know. Is that Scott
Stop that.
Daniel Rizzuto?
Stop that.
Yeah.
You stop that. It did make me feel a little better. But again, these are not good lessons to teach a new driver. I understand that.
I mean, they'll learn it on their own. Your sweet boy will say a cuss word one day in the car driving in his own, like in the privacy of his own car. He's gonna say the F word one day, whether it's his fault or somebody else, and that'll be a big moment. He'll remember his father. It'll be great.
So we get home, and my wife's cooking dinner, and we walk in. She goes, "How'd it go?" I go, well.
The parking was good.
And my son tells her everything, and he leaves, and she says, "Why is it always something with you?
It's a good question.
Why can't you just go somewhere?
You do have a lot of problems when you go out into the world.
Why can't you just go somewhere?
Right.
And it not be something? It's always something." I go, I don't know.
I think you have high expectations.
No, I don't know. I mean, I'm creating my own problems. I understand that.
It's very entertaining for this show, and I appreciate you for letting the rage out. Like
I
some of us
understand
won't.
that. And I'd like to apologize to the old man at the driving place on Baxter, and the lady, the nice lady in the whatever white car she was in. Although somebody randomly called me an a-hole on Monday.
What do you mean?
I was gassing up my car.
Oh yeah, you asked me if this happens to me.
When you tell stories like this, it's hard to believe this is random.
You're instigating a lot.
Like, I'm aware of the story you're about to tell, and it may have appeared to be random, but perhaps this was a previous incident from the exact same intersection. Someone just remembered you.
No, it was at the, I think it was a mobile gas station on Clarkson across the street. There's Deerberg's across the street. It's in the same shopping plaza as the It's a Trader Joe's right there.
Yeah.
There's the liquor
McDonald's
store right
is
there.
across.
McDonald's right there. You know exactly which
There's
one
like a
I'm talking
sauce
about.
on the side.
Right. Yes.
Wow.
There's a little gas station right there.
That's the whole world.
Oh, it's one of the
It's a nice little area.
Oh. I'm
Although
saying,
it
like,
is a nightmare to get out of
It
that parking
is.
lot.
I'm
Saying,
It's a
you said
freaking
sauce on the
one-way.
side, McDonald's, Trader Joe's, and a liquor store.
And there's a
So, like,
donut shop.
Oh, and there's a hibachi place there.
oh
and
my
you can
gosh.
also do like a wellness thing with a hyperbaric chamber. That
There's a
restore
Duck
place.
Donuts there.
Yes.
Duck Donuts, sauce on the side. There's
Cute, like craft store.
the liquor store.
Oh my gosh, you're working the detective backwards here.
My
at this
friend
point.
Sarah has her salon loft over there. It's very good.
What I'm saying is we're trying to figure out, like, is this a random occurrence? What type of person would do this to you? And then you describe the most eclectic block I've ever heard of in the St. Louis area. So now I can't point a finger in any direction. What happened?
Great sushi joint across the street too.
For sure.
So this guy pulls up and just,
Now, he didn't pull up. Like I was gassing up the car.
Do a sushi donut float in one strip mall?
that's what I'm saying. Like, where's this guy
We
coming
live
from?
a
This
life
was
of
8
luxury
o'clock
in
on
Chesapeake.
Monday. 8 o'clock. And I finished getting gas. I'm walking to the driver's side of the car, and some guy's pulling off Clarkson, and he just sticks his head out the window and looks at me and goes, "A-hole,"
And then
and just kept going.
Was
Maybe
he
he
driving?
hates the show.
He was driving.
So he was on the road. He didn't pull into the gas station.
what
No, he pulled like
was
off.
he driving?
He was driving a white Acura.
Okay, so my people.
Oh, your people.
Dude, it's the Beamers versus the Acura crew right now.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah,
fine
yeah.
for this war.
Okay, yes.
And it's all the same.
Just so you guys
pretty
know, I
pretty
am
much-
now driving a BMW.
Yes. Okay. Moon and Riz have best friend BMWs. Courtney Landrum and I both drive Acuras. And she was talking smack about you guys and your Beamers on the show
She
the
doesn't
other
drive
day.
an Acura. She drives a Lexus.
I'm sorry, a Lexus.
Boom,
Same company. It's
dang.
same brand.
No, it's not.
No, it's
It
not.
is.
No, those are
Munganess it is.
Well, they spell
No,
them the
those
same
are
way.
those are enemies.
Oh, well,
one's Nissan, one's Honda.
not at Munganess, dude. They got them right across the street from each other, and I've driven both, and they're
Yes, I am a
excellent.
BMW douchebag. Fine.
Fine.
And I asked Moon because this is a new car for me.
I am not.
Okay.
This is a new car for me.
Yeah, and it's great. It's a beautiful car.
No, it's fine. But I asked Moon, I go, is this a thing I'm now going to have to deal with?
Right.
And I said this months ago. I said this months ago, and I did. It was before Moon got his Beamer, and I said my experiences on the road. The a-holes are driving, and I'm sorry to say, I love you both dearly. They are driving BMWs.
Yeah, there's a stigma you're going to have
I
to
know.
live down.
And you know what? It sounds like you are right in the box with it because you're yelling at old men and you're following women. You know, you're
No, I'm not following women.
Okay, you're being an a-hole.
Is this the way that luxury car drivers greet each other, maybe?
Yeah. Don't make him look bad.
Don't make them
You're,
look
right. You're
bad.
not following women. You're forcing your son, your
Right.
underage son.
We were going the same way. That's not following.
Okay.
Beamer versus Acura.
Now, yes, as people
Was
are,
anybody with you when he called you an a-hole?
my wife,
What did she do?
she said you are one.
She-
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, she wrote another one and said, she yelled back, agreed.
You bring this upon yourself. Yes, I do. This is the world. This is
Oh,
this
man.
is the world telling me.
Talk about terrorism. That dude that just screamed a-hole at you, not only has it been bothering you for days, it's been bothering all of us ever since you told us. At least me. I'm thinking, what could that have been?
It was a white Acura, and it was the guy, curly-haired guy. I could see
Was he
his
just being
face.
silly?
That's the thing. This is terrorism. I mean, he is mentally terrorizing you on probably an hourly basis, if I know you correctly.
Yeah.
I mean, you
You're not
probably
letting this go.
yeah. There's probably a few minutes at least of lost sleep.
Do you, be honest, do you get into your car and look in the rearview mirror and adjust it every time and go, you are an a-hole?
Oh, yeah.
Go get him.
Say it to yourself.
Go get him, a-hole.
That guy. No, he probably just looks and goes, "That guy doesn't know what he's
Look
talking
out,
about."
world. Here comes the a-hole.
This is the world telling you. This is a message.
Oh, somebody says Lern's wrong. The a-holes drive Chargers. Well,
I
Well,
used
you
to
used to
drive
have one of
one of
those
those
too.
This
Thank
is
you
all
for your
lining up.
service.
I used to drive those as well.
I feel like
We got a trend.
I definitely feel like Beamer is the catch-all.
nah, you're just.
No
you
one's
guys,
like,
you guys are just
like
jealous.
if you're just telling a random story, no one's like, that was an a-hole in a Lexus, or there was an a-hole in a in a Rover, it's always a Beamer.
618 says he probably wasn't even talking to Riz. It's that main character syndrome. No, I was the only one around. I mean, there's
Yeah, like there was no
this
doubt.
was a no doubter.
You were the
this
only
is no
target.
doubt.
He's like, hey,
No
you.
doubt.
You pointed to yourself, you're like, me? He's like, yeah, you.
314 Riz walked by me at Point Fest, didn't say hi when I said hi. What a dick. That's not true. I said hi to everybody that I heard say hi. Get out of here.
So
How dare you?
paint this one more time. So you're gassing up. You have the handle right there. You're standing by the car.
I'm walking. I'm done. And I'm walking back to the driver's
Walking
side.
back to the driver's side. Okay. And he is pulling off the road into the gas station?
Into where the strip mall is.
Oh, I
Into
see.
where the area is.
So you're not within walking distance where he's going to like park and you can walk to him.
No,
So,
no.
oh, see,
It was a drive-by a-holing.
oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen,
That
I
is-
deserve it.
That is curious. Did you do something blocks back?
No.
That's what my initial thought. Was some of this traffic behavior you're describing and teaching to your son direct response? Like, did you get him a few blocks back?
No.
What Beamer owner hurt you guys that you have to take it out of the rest of us?
Dude, it's not even like a specific one. It's just a collective
listen, Moon,
a-hole
let's
energy.
be honest. When I got
Attitude.
this car,
'Cause this-
I knew this is what I expect. This is what to expect.
This person texted
Yes.
over and said, Riz, you were definitely called an a-hole just because of the Beamer.
Yes, and it's you take on
There is a prejudice.
That's
you take on a certain thing
It's
when you get a
weird.
car when you get that car. And I totally understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You know, I wanna try that just to see.
Happiness.
It is a great car, and I do like it a lot.
Yeah, we're both nerding
And the
out.
people
we,
know.
We love it.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. Sorry to go through all that, but I'm glad you're learning, and thank you for having your Riz confession on the air this morning. That was nice.
A-hole.
618 maybe called you an a-hole because you're driving a BMW. Yes, 100%. That's what I've.
Well,
It's a sharp car.
Or was he trying to
I
warn
was
you?
not wearing driving gloves.
yeah.
Well,
you
that's
were-
the first.
He had
brown,
a scarf on.
brown leather.
He had a scarf and like a World War II leather captain's hat.
Oh my gosh. I get
Me?
Now I know your birthday present.
I'm an a-hole?
With a sweater around your shoulders. Great.
Coming
Two
from the country
sweaters.
club. One.
He had a sweater on top of another sweater tied around him.
Exactly.
Well,
But he might have been helping you not step backwards because there could have been a hole or something.
no, it was is that guy just called me an a-hole?
Oh, what?
Well, and my wife's first response was, "Would you do to him?" Nothing.
It's a valid
Existed.
question, though.
Nothing. I didn't do anything.
Existed.
But yes, I was an a-hole yesterday, and thank you for forgiving me, everybody.
I love that that's your wife's first reaction. That's a woman who knows you well. Is that she's just like,
Oh, what'd you do?
she wasn't like, what's that guy's problem? She's like, what'd you do?
Right. Because again, it's always something. Always. And I'm not looking for it.
You're like Larry David. This is just Curb Your Enthusiasm St. Louis edition with you.
I hope when your son takes the driving test that they're like, pack into this parallel space. You've got 1 minute. He's like, I don't see no time limit, old man. And the driver's like, what the driving test instructor's like, what the hell is this kid's problem? He's like, I did what you told me. They flunked me.
This is how my dad taught me to do it.
That's what my dad did.
All right. Well, listen. People need us, guys.
Yeah.
People need us, and I read this. This is a guy who took to the internet, Reddit specifically, asking for advice. And fellow, we're here for you. The title is "My Wife Asked for a Hall Pass." Okay, I'm going to read the story, and I want your first reactions. Like boom, what's happening here? He says, "I'm 35 years old. My wife is 37. Been together for 12 years. We have 2 kids together. Everything goes well for the most part. Over the last few years, her business has skyrocketed. And we've had the luxury of getting to treat ourselves. My wife has always been a good-looking woman, but she has made some significant changes, and she really is gorgeous now.
No.
She goes away for a lot of business trips, and that's fine. She would come home and share, stories from her trip and say how so-and-so hit on her and whatnot. I'm secure in my marriage, so I wasn't overly bothered. Before she left on her most recent trip, which is 5 days, she asked for a, quote, hall pass with a person she frequently sees on this trip. I said no because I don't want to share my wife, but I can't help but worry that she's going to ignore that wish. I'm just stressing out about it. Thank you for letting me vent.
Sounds like you're not very secure in your marriage.
First thought. Moon?
Wait, what? Secure in a marriage when somebody wants a hall pass?
No, he says in the post, I'm very secure in my marriage. And he's saying that he's not trusting her to follow through with what she said. And so I'm just saying, like, are you secure? Or like if he's thinking that she's going to step out even though she said she wouldn't, that to me doesn't sound like security. That sounds like an insecurity.
My first thought is she's already cheating on you.
Yeah.
She is 100% already
and
cheating
she's
on
looking
you.
for solutions.
Oh, God, yes.
Why ask then?
Because you're looking for permission or forgiveness or absolution.
Boom.
Like you're looking to make it right. Tale as old as time.
Already banging the dude. 100%.
Get out of the
100%.
marriage. Empty bank accounts.
You really love Disney.
You better start getting your you better start getting your affairs in order because this marriage is over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bruh.
Over.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Classic tale of somebody wanting their cake and eating it too.
I think the amount of people that have open relationships right now is becoming such a trend, and people are opening up people are having this conversation. People are going, hey, I want a hall pass. The movie came out, made it on everybody's mind, like with Owen Wilson or whatever. And
I mean, I don't know if this is common.
it is, though. I've never in my life ever had more people talk about open marriages, getting divorced because they did have an open marriage or whatever, and it just wasn't for them. I've never heard about it more than I have in the last year.
What do you think in this situation, though?
But that's because this is the age group. You're in the age group in which this kind of stuff is being experimented.
For sure.
And when you say I've never seen more successful and it's common, I think it's as common as it was in the ancient Greeks, and the 100% that try it, 3% actually succeed with it, and I don't think the numbers are changing at all.
I do want to say, though, I think the pandemic added a lot of stress on relationships in a way that we had not seen. Like, people were forced to stay in their, with their people because, for the lockdown for that first year. And I think that stressed people out and changed, like, the DNA of a lot of relationships. And they decided, okay, well, we don't want to divorce, so we'll open things up or we'll try some things new.
Well, what do you think about this situation, though? So, wife, business is booming for her. She's made significant changes to herself, and she's a swan,
Yeah, he says she's gorgeous.
Gorgeous now, and she goes away, and now she's asking for this hall pass. What are your first thoughts? Your first thought?
Well, she had a glow up, and she's probably having a newfound confidence about herself. You see that with people like that lose a lot of weight through Ozempic, like the Ozempic divorce rates and stuff. People that have had like lap
That's a
band
thing?
surgery. Oh yeah, like people like finally, you get together with somebody, they accept you for your true body and your true form, and then you either buy Ozempic or you just change your lifestyle or you're working out more. You have a glow up. Maybe your partner isn't following you in that, and then you realize like, oh, I actually could do much better, and like you go off and you do your thing. Like that's definitely happening.
You
more
don't
and
think
more.
she's cheating already?
I don't. I understand what you're saying, but I feel
that
like
was my first thought. Like this, she's already.
I think she
she's
just
already out there
has
doing
new
her thing.
confidence, and she I mean, obviously, she wants to step out of her marriage. She wants to cheat.
She
but-
doesn't want to be married.
Yeah, she's ready to do. her
She
own
doesn't
thing.
want to be married.
Judging by what he said, I think Lern's right. I think that there's probably we've talked about this before, like when you're looking at someone's Facebook and one person gets hot, like one person starts going to CrossFit and gets all ripped, and then you're like, beginning of the end. And maybe she's just like getting attention. I don't necessarily think she's cheating, but he said that she's like gorgeous now, which makes it seem like she had like a pretty big glow up, like Lern said. So I think
She's asking for a hall pass.
maybe she's getting
asking to
attention
bang
from
other
places
dudes.
she's not used to getting it. You know what I mean?
Well, then let her have it alone. See ya.
Doesn't mean she's acting on it. Maybe she's
You're
like,
right.
she wants to.
It doesn't mean it, but if we're playing the stats, which one should probably do in this scenario when you're being asked about it when hearing only one story, you play the stats. This is over. It's already over. You already lost.
Yeah.
So cut your losses.
I think I think she's wanting to be on her own, and yeah, I hope.
So let her.
So let her.
See ya.
Bye.
Scott, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm 100% in agreement with Moon there. I think it's a very, very tricky spot, and you definitely have some. She has some answering to do before, But
Seen it too
also,
many
this is
times.
why people should not be allowed to work out.
That is a good point.
Thank you.
I just
That'll
said,
never happen.
Seen it too many times, man. Seen it too many times. And you know
Well,
what?
I think this marriage is over. So again, my
sure.
advice to this man is get your affairs in order, get yourself a good lawyer.
Yeah, because you have one of two options, and some wise man once said years and years ago, and he said, "Listen, dude, tree fell on your leg. You already lost the leg. You lost it. This is over. Now, do you want to cut it off with a chainsaw, or do you want to cut it off with a butter knife? Your choice. You want to drag it out and get all the answers and get the truth and talk it out and figure it out, and then maybe work something out and then try something new and blah 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 blah. If that's not built for you and you're not ready for that, then chainsaw. Because otherwise, you're just going to butter knife that leg off, and it's going to be way more painful, and way more disastrous in the long
Both
run.
sound pretty bad.
Yeah, because you already lost the leg.
Yeah, well,
You know what
Moon
I'm saying?
Fuchsias. Moon Fuchsias say.
Hey, man. trying to save people.
No, I mean, listen, you're
Save
right.
people heartache and trouble.
Hopefully she's made
a lot of money.
She says her business has skyrocketed, so maybe a nice little payday out of this.
I'd love to hear from our audience about if they've had this conversation with their partners about opening
A
up
hall
their
pass?
Yeah, well, hall pass, opening up the relationship. How did it go? Like, did you go through with it? Did you break up? Did you? Because like, I've talked about this before on the air. Tim and I have had a couple of friends come forward and like take us out to a nice, lovely dinner to like explain to us like, hey, we're opening up our relationship. And, and I always laugh because I'm like, are you asking us if we're open? Like, it's very official.
And what do they say?
And they've never asked us to
If they're
open
if they're
with them.
if
But,
they take you out to dinner and they say they're opening up their marriage,
Right.
That's asking.
and there's another couple with them,
Right.
Yeah, what do you
they're
need?
asking
Do you need it in
Well,
writing?
so what and I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, and then Tim and I, because we've discussed it, I'm like, there's a lot of people like opening up their relationship. Like, how do you feel? And we are both true vanilla ice people, like where we're like, we just could not do that. Like the way that our relationship dynamic
That's
is.
not being vanilla. That's
Well,
being normal.
Sure. So
Who has convinced you that that's vanilla?
all of the people that are banging the city, like, so what I'm saying is like, we've had that conversation about how like we would never do that. And that's fine. That's just that is our decision as a couple versus and these people are normal, good human beings that like aren't weirdos. They're just like, hey, we decided to do this. And so I always try to meet it with love and go like, hey man, if it's consensual, everybody's cool.
Sure.
I'm supportive of your happiness. Please go forth however you feel.
Hope it works out.
Hope it works out.
At least they're announcing it to you and you guys are on their list. Like, it'd be worse if somebody sat you down and was like, hey, we're opening up our marriage. Not to you.
Yeah, we would never ask you.
The reason we're
just so
telling you
Not-
is
well, not to you.
interested.
Not to you, uggos.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, call us up, 314-624-3833. Like, call us up right now. If you've tried to open up your relationship, whether you're married or just in a deeply committed long-term relationship, like, how did it go? Because I feel like we talk about this often in Sexy Time Fun Facts, like, about it, but we've never actually got somebody on the line to tell us, hey, it went great or hey, it went awful. And I'm curious.
Coleman Camper's sex line.
I can't even imagine how I would broach that subject with my lady.
Yeah. Like, if you wanted to and you're asking, or just asking in general, to feel out, like, as your couple
Well,
dynamic.
I
what you
wouldn't
feel.
want to.
Yeah. And she wouldn't want to either. Nick Hexum your wife was very aroused by Nick Hexum last week. And I feel like if Nick Hexum and his wife, Nikki, were like, hey, Rizzuto's, we actually are open. Would you guys want to swing with us? I don't know. I'm just saying. She was excited.
that night,
She couldn't believe he was 55 and had those abs. It was a cool time.
Could you imagine swinging with someone that tall? Being
No.
a short king? Like, that's your first one is Nick Hexum. He's like 6'6", completely chiseled out of his mind. And you're like, yeah.
Okay, so if I swapped...
Let's all be in the same room together.
If the Rizzutos and the Hexums swapped partners...
Right.
I think the big loser on that is Nick Hexum's wife.
Nikki, yeah.
The big loser in that situation, we know who that is. The one has to be with me. I get it.
Maybe she likes
it's
BMWs and men that yell at old men. You know, I don't know. We don't know what she's into.
Yeah, on the feedback, Riz is a tough guy to women and old men.
I saw like a TikTok like that. Was like I don't know, some couple that's open, and it was like the wife looking. I can't remember. It's like the wife looking at the dude, like looking at your partner in an open relationship when you're falling on the grenade for a night out. Like there's clearly one person in this foursome who is not the most attractive one.
That'd be me.
Well, that'd be anyone with Nick Hexum in your
All right,
defense.
you go with the shinless guy. Damn it.
Dang it.
Okay. I'd be like Harry.
She goes,
Italian
how
guys
long?
With no shins. I'm like, it's not gonna last long. It'll be fun. Yeah, it'll be fun. Don't worry. On the feedback, Riz, tough guy to women and old men. I bet if a young guy said something about letting others have their turn, it would have included a yes sir and an apology. And I will be perfectly honest with you, Douglas. My mouth has gotten me into problems before. That is a known thing, where the temper has no boundaries in certain circumstances. So, if it was a young guy, I probably would have said the same thing. In all honesty, I'm not trying to be a tough guy. And then if the guy gets out to then beat my ass, it's well deserved. It is. Just don't do it in front of my boy. Okay.
Just let me put my kid away.
Just let him go down the. I know you're gonna beat my ass, sir. It's fine. Just not in front of the boy. But what about this one here? Now picture this: you're 32 weeks pregnant, standing on a packed train. Not a single person offers you their seat. And that's exactly what happened to a woman in New York City who, bless you, took to TikTok to vent her frustrations. You see, her video shows her unimpressed face amid a sea of seated passengers. And this TikTok has blown up, sparking a huge debate online. So she captioned it. Her name is Frank with an I. She captions it, "I still can't believe not one person even offered." What are your thoughts on that? She's 32 weeks pregnant on a crowded New York City subway.
Yeah, this is a lost art of being chivalrous.
And that's why I bring this up. Mm-hmm. Are we not offering seats to women anymore?
No, and we're not offering them to like elderly people that need to sit down. Yeah, you don't see that very much anymore. Sucks. And I feel like that's one of the things from like the old 50s mentality of like holding a door open and, chivalry is dead. I feel like, yeah, we need to be more aware of offering seats to people that maybe have disabilities or are elderly.
Surprisingly, by the way, the comments on this are all over the place.
Really?
Huh.
I would figure it'd be 100%, yeah, people are a-holes nowadays. What happened to offering your seat up to a woman or an old person or a pregnant 32? I mean, 32, she's clearly pregnant.
Right. Her legs are swole. You know what I'm saying? Like, please let her sit down.
And what do you, okay, so I would assume we're all on the one side of, yeah, of course you would, we're polite people.
If you
most of the
notice,
time.
offer. If you're in your phone and you're not looking up.
Yes,
you
I
don't
yell at
realize.
old people and women, but fine. In most situations, yes, I think we all would offer the seat up. Oh, hey, why don't you sit? Why don't you sit? I
Right.
could stand. But what do you think the comments on the opposite side are? Like, so take the contrarian. I want you to put I want you to put yourself in the mind of somebody who's like, no, I ain't giving up my seat. What?
Paint the full picture.
You were on a crowded New York City subway.
New York City. Yeah.
You have a seat. You are sitting. A pregnant woman walks on the train. Clearly 32 weeks pregnant. I mean, that is pregnant. And you could see she's hanging on to the pole. She's standing right next to you. I know Moon Valjean is going to give up the seat.
Yeah, of course, but you just told me to.
But now you're not going to give up the seat. Why? Why are you not giving up the seat?
Because I've been here for 17 stops, man. You'll get your seat when you're here long enough. If you're riding long enough, you'll find one. That's how this works. There's a protocol here. Hey, I didn't get you pregnant. Or, I don't think so.
Okay, and that was one of the comments.
What?
By the way,
They didn't get you pregnant?
that was an exercise that Riz asked me to do.
The one comment I saw was,
For anybody just tuning in.
why is your pregnancy my problem? Holy cow.
Wow, we are.
Woo, man.
Oh,
you
dude.
chose to have the kid, not me.
That's heat.
Well, you hope that.
That's heat. You're coming with
Whoa.
heat.
Others went on to say, hey, this is what equality looks like, huh, ladies? Huh?
Equal rights, equal plights.
This is what equality looks like.
So
Well, that's
stupid.
true. But
Holy cow.
you guys can't get pregnant. So, I mean, really, this is the one place where women got to one up on you, where we're like, hey, man, you can't carry this baby yourself. So,
What you mean? What do you know about my body?
I mean, I guess you could, but I don't know if you got the right,
right plumbing?
piping. Yeah.
Listen, of course, plenty of people jumped on to support her, too. One person said they'd be embarrassed if their husband didn't offer a pregnant woman to sit down.
Yeah.
Others were shocked by the negativity of comments like, why is your pregnancy my problem? It costs nothing to be kind. Yes, I need to think about that sometimes myself.
You need a placard in your car that says that, like an embroidered one.
Right, yeah. You need the little tree air freshener thing that says, it costs
Choose
nothing
kindness.
Yes. Choose joy. Just right there. In your face.
Somebody else called out the individualistic, selfish weirdos who don't see that this is a problem. But honestly, the fact that this is even a debate is crazy. Should we expect people to give up their seats for somebody who needs it more? Or is it just every man for themselves these days? And this video this woman posted struck a nerve. It's wild. I think we would all stand up and offer our seats. Honestly. All right, let's talk open marriages.
Of course we would.
Mike, good morning.
Morning.
Mike, you just opened up your marriage, huh?
Yeah, we've been married for about 12 years, and we've been friends for a long, long time. And so she is generally vanilla, but she, was honest with me. She said, hey, I'm attracted to this person that we knew. And so I said, you know what? Go for it. Have fun. I trust you. And, we're completely open about talking to each other. And it's really sparked something in her, and we've never been closer because I tell you, she's been attacking me in a good way.
Okay, so are you allowed to go out and bang chicks then?
All
Yeah.
right.
And have you yet?
I've been talking to a few women, and I let her know. I show her our conversations. And so I'm just kind of getting it down to somebody I want to click with that can, jive with our dynamic, So there's actually a lot of women who are actually very understanding because I'm very upfront about it. It's the first thing I actually say when I start talking to women. Hey, I'm in an open marriage. Just want to let you know, give you a heads up so you're not, shocked by it.
Boy,
And
I tell you what, you're going to have a way more difficult time than her.
Well, I don't know. I seem to be at least talking. There's plenty of women that are talking with me. So,
Are you on the apps, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have that listed in your profile?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
And how many times has she gotten with this guy?
Oh, a few times. She does it while I'm at work, or she might take him off. If I'm chilling out watching TV or whatever.
Does he come to the house? Does he pick her up at the house?
Yeah, well, he's had dinner with us, and he hangs around the house. Yeah.
Has he banged her in the house while you were there?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Were you involved?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
Whoa, this is
that on the table?
There's absolutely no jealousy with us at all. I mean, we have, like I said, we built our relationship on friendship first. Mm-hmm. So, we were aware of each other's relationships before, and we were supportive before we even got married.
Do you guys have kids?
We have one.
Now, do you... I find a common thread of open relationships with kids, that if a married couple has children, they keep that from the children for
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's...
Yep.
Yeah. So you're not
Yeah,
telling
he
your
doesn't
kid
need,
that.
our kid doesn't need to know about any of that because that's between my wife and I.
Yeah, he's going to ask questions eventually.
Yeah, like why is Uncle Dave here all the time?
Yeah, Uncle Dave's here all the time.
Oh, he's just a friend,
Yeah.
And so, I
He
mean,
fixes
like,
the pipes.
Why are Mommy
it's
and
kind of
Dave
like,
wrestling?
it's kind of become this normalized thing where he comes over, he'll eat with us. We get along. Him and I, we're like buddy, and we click really, really well.
Let me ask you this. So he gets done.
Your brother's of a certain type.
He gets done. Okay, just I'm in my head.
Okay.
So you're watching TV. Let's say
The Blues are on.
the Blues game is on. They're in the bedroom doing their thing. And does he come back on the couch and just watch TV with you?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's banging on the wall and say, hey, they scored.
Yeah.
And so did you.
Him and I talk. We like I said, we chill and we're simpatico and like we get along buddy, and it's just like I have no problem with it, but I would say that I'm probably the exception to the rule because I'm not a jealous person. If she wants to have some fun, that's fine, and same thing with me. She feels the same way. If I want to go have some fun, that's fine with her.
Has that happened yet?
I'm working on it, but I'm trying to find the right person.
All right.
You know what I mean? I'm
You
not
sound-
going to be.
Mike,
I'm not going to be like banging a whole bunch of chicks and things like that. I'm trying to find somebody that will come over and hang with all of us, and we can all eat dinner together and just, kind of hang out and have a little extra fun on the side.
You
Dude,
sound like
listen-
such a sweet man.
Is this a cuck situation?
Absolutely not.
Yeah. What's the what is the definition of cuck? Because I feel like
Well,
this gets thrown around a lot.
That's somebody who's denied. I'm very
Like, so you
familiar
would watch somebody else take your wife.
Absolutely. I see it no different than watching porn, except your wife is front and center and it's a live show.
All right.
Well, you know our email.
All right.
So
Yeah,
when
keep
when,
us
when
updated.
things go wherever they're going,
Yeah.
if you could let us know, because I think we're
I'll-
pretty
I'll
curious.
keep you guys updated. So I just thought I'd call in.
Well,
thanks.
Mike, I appreciate the call.
Yeah, man.
And,
Thank you for being so forthcoming.
Yeah.
And vulnerable and sharing with the world.
Good
Thank you.
luck. Good luck. Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
That's a good call.
Marlene, hello.
Marlene.
Hi, good morning.
Hi.
I just wanted to say hi. I was married for 8 years and we were dating for 2. I have 2 children. He had 3. After no sooner were in the marriage, maybe a year or so, a person that went with us to the courthouse, stand-up bars, he's wanting to swap with them.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, that never works. He had a younger sister that did that exact thing, and they ended up getting divorced and marrying the other people. I'm not into swiping, but you know what? Mr. Vienna Sausage did me a huge favor
Thank
by
you.
divorcing me, okay?
Well, there you go.
Master Vienna sausage.
Vienna sausage.
A little teeny weeny.
Yeah.
Little Smokies.
Little
But I mean, well, and it never works out. I think people are, do you really think that's going to make your marriage stronger and healthier? I didn't hold a gun to his head. You didn't have to marry me, so
Right.
keep stepping, Mr. Vienna.
Marlene's out for blood.
Got him twice. You got him twice. That's a phone call.
All right.
She's awesome. Listen, I hope that works out for Mike. I mean, wow.
Right. He seems very chill about the whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
That was the dichotomy of 2 phone calls.
right. That's good. A little extreme on both.
Listen, I don't know why he would not like being married to me, Mr. Beanie Weenie.
Oh, shoot, dude.
Nobody admits that it's Little Smokies till it's over. You know what I mean?
I'm a good person, Johnny Toothpick, and
All right. Let's take a break. But first, and that is brought to us by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill, the official sports bar of the Riz Show and home to St. Louis sports fans since 1990. From St. Louis, Jenny Hartung is our team member of the day. Jenny says she's been a fan of the Riz Show for a long time. Loves hearing Lern and Rafe on the show. Loves the chemistry during all the conversations. Loves Rafe's in memoriam. Lern's girl talk. My rage. Moon's chill vibe. And
Hey, man.
King Scott's dad jokes.
Peace.
Heck yeah.
Jenny is a school secretary and loves dance parties, traveling, and enjoying a good restaurant. Don't we all? Jenny Hartung from St. Louis is our Team Riz Member of the Day. Get super sweet Team Riz Member of the Day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Riz. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back with some news. Airbnb's anti-party tech will be in effect for this coming Memorial Day weekend. And what is taking over campgrounds as 2025's hottest new amenity? We'll chop it up next. Welcome back to the program. Phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams, 1057thepoint.com/Riz. The Coleman's Campers text line, 314-649-DUMB. Emails, Rizshow at 1057thepoint.com. Of course, your instant feedback through the 1057 The Point mobile app. We'll play matchup with Moon in just a little bit. Give away some prizes, including tickets to the now sold out Ice 9 Kill Show happening next Tuesday over the pageant. We got tickets to go see Static X and Guar. We have tickets for the Sesanta Tour with Primus and a Perfect Circle. We also got tickets to go see Mammoth with Miles Kennedy at the Factory. Point Fest T-shirts sold out. You know that?
Yeah.
Those are cool shirts this year, man.
Yeah, I know. Moon's got one. You got that T-shirt there, Moon?
I got it right here.
Hold that up to the cameras.
Look, here it is. It's got my name on it. You can't have this one. Hang on.
That's yours. I know that, but
This
it's a
one's
cool looking
mine.
shirt.
I'm surprised
Cool
you didn't
logo
get the
this year.
teal one.
I
You just took what you were given?
got this one.
Okay.
Well, Point Fest shirts sold out at the show on Saturday, and we had enough folks reach out, like, hey, where can I get one of those shirts? Can I still get one? We put some more shirts for sale on our website. So if you want a Point Fest shirt, you didn't get one, limited time, online order, 1 week until next Tuesday, and that's it. 1057thepoint.com to get your Point Fest 2025 T-shirt.
Do I look super tight in teal? Is that what you're saying?
Teal ones are nice.
Is teal my
The black
color?
ones
I got
cool
a
too.
teal one. Loved it.
Before we get to news, read a story about a family visiting Washington, D.C., and they went and did a tour at Ford's Theater.
Oh, yeah, I've been there.
Oh, have you?
Uh-huh. Where Lincoln got shot?
Yeah, where Lincoln got shot. And now their kid has got this irrational childhood fear of John Wilkes Booth living under her bed.
Yeah. That's that's a cool, like, archaic fear that kids haven't had for a while. Like, after Lincoln got shot by John Wilkes Booth, people probably, like, at that time were afraid to go to the theater. They probably were like, where's this guy at? Like, the soul of John Wilkes Booth is going to get you.
No, Mom, I'm not sitting in no box.
I mean, the irrational fear of John Wilkes Booth hiding under her bed. She's like a little kid.
Yeah.
Like 5 years old.
Have you seen John Wilkes Booth lately? Doesn't he have a crazy-looking mustache?
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, but it got me thinking about irrational childhood fears. And
Semper Tyrannis. What was that?
He basically looks like every 22-year-old MLB pitcher at this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like he's in Mumford & Sons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he could throw a mean curveball.
He does look like
hey,
the mandolin guy from
Paul
Mumford and
Skeens.
Sons.
he was, he was a big time actor at the time, right?
an actor.
An actor, John
Shakespearean
Wilkes Booth.
actor.
Did you have any irrational childhood fears?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so there's a movie, couldn't tell you what it is. Almost certain it has Robert Redford and a bunch of wolves attack him. And suddenly I was afraid of wolves.
Jeremiah Johnson.
Well, yeah, maybe. I don't know. No, I don't know. I don't know. And that's the famous one where like they turn it into a meme with him like looking at the camera or whatever.
That's Robert Redford.
That's
Yeah.
the
Yeah, maybe
up in
not
the
that one. Either way,
Crazy Mountains.
I had and it felt like it lasted years. It was probably 6 weeks or something. I thought wolves were going to come get me when the lights went off. Then you see Jaws, and I live in Missouri, and there's no salt water near me. And suddenly I thought, well, every pool has a freaking great white in it. And then you think, well, somehow maybe maybe the earth works in ways I don't understand because I'm learning something new every day. And some like hole is going to like, boop, like suddenly appear before me and I will fall in and Jaws is in there.
Well,
So yes, I was full of irrational
Jaws hole.
fears. The Jaws hole.
the bathtub drain, like when you let the water out and that final like sucking sound, like
Yeah.
right when it gets to the end.
Yeah, Pennywise the
Freaks
clown
me
is in there
out.
too. So screw that.
Was there what movie was there where somebody got taken down the drain?
It was it. It.
I never saw
It.
that.
The blood comes out of the drain, and then Pennywise pops out, tries to take what's her face, the redheaded chick.
Like down the drain?
Yeah,
Oh,
tries to
interesting.
choke her with their.
Well, there was
her own hair.
also Nightmare on Elm Street where Freddy was in the water and you just see the hand come up.
Oh,
Well,
dude.
yeah.
And also Freddy's claw coming out of the sheets. That freaked me out back when I was a
Yeah.
kid. I was like, oh my God.
So the bathtub drain would be an irrational childhood fear.
But Ghostbusters 2 had the slime, come out of the. out of
yeah,
the-
maybe
out of
that-
the
that
thing.
too.
And that scared my brother to death.
Automatic car washes,
I always remember.
loud noises, the spinning brushes, the water jets can be surprisingly terrifying.
Sure. I always think, like, what's it like if you get stuck in one of those things? You can't get out.
Yeah.
Be very
You're not
clean.
getting soaped out. Also, remember Candyman, the movie? I think he, like, takes his hook to somebody when they're sitting on the toilet. And that kind of freaked me out. I watched a bunch of horror movies as a kid.
Like in the toilet?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
I haven't watched it in a long time.
What about just toilets flushing?
Car washes they can go either way on psychedelics too.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It can be an irrational adult fear if you do it the wrong way.
Some kids are terrified of the sound of the toilet flushing. Mm-hmm. Like my nephew is terrified of automatic toilet flushers.
Say what?
They're so out of nowhere. I
Like
get
at
it.
the out of nowhere aspect of it going. I think he may have been, going to the bathroom and it went
Splashing.
and it went like it automatically flushed while he was still sitting on it, and it freaked him out.
I'm sure my mother didn't help with this because she's like a severe arachnophobe. Like severe. Like even if she sees a picture of one, she'll start crying. It's bad. So I'm sure that didn't help me. But man, when arachnophobia came out, my cousin thought it was hysterical, and he was like, "Let's watch this." And the stupid spider screams at the end. Like, you remember when it's like on fire or something, and it jumps and it screams? I was like, spiders are after me.
No,
They're gonna scream.
that's not irrational. There's a rationale behind
Well,
that.
the worst part of that whole scene is when she's in the shower and she reaches up or something like that, and it trickles
Oh, I know
trickles
what
down her
you're talking
hand and her
about. I know
hair,
what
and you're
you're
like,
talking about.
and
I
she
hate
would never feel it
No,
because of the water.
Being scared of spiders is fine. That's not irrational.
What about this? Remember when Leprechaun came out? Couldn't take it, dude.
yeah.
I started thinking about scary
Leprechauns?
leprechauns. Like, and
Rainbows?
I'm Irish, and I love St. Patrick's Day and leprechauns and little people. I love it. Love it all. I am
Their
one.
little flutes.
And then that freaking movie came out, and I was like, I do not want to be in the dark with a wrinkled up leprechaun.
Crackhead? I don't know.
I'll tell you what, I haven't had. I have not had dry cereal straight out of the box since arachnophobia. Well, I was 9 years old or something like that. Because that gal dies.
Really?
Remember, she reaches
Yeah.
in and,
Oh, yeah.
and one of them spiders is in a dry cereal box, and I always I pour.
Here's an irrational fear: escalators eating my shoes and my toes.
That happens. My best friend's that way. She has to really take a pause before she gets on an escalator.
Not. It's at the end. It's when you're getting off. Never let your feet slide up.
Oh man, I'm just ready to jump if I feel something.
I
go underneath me.
always take a big step.
Well, we've also seen one too many videos of those things eating people.
And do you always check your laces beforehand?
There's nothing worse than that video. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, the Chinese, the one in
with
China.
the mother. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also didn't like Chucky the doll.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I guess it's because I was little at the time, and these were like people that were on my,
Yeah,
weight
toys.
class or whatever. And I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, and I had one of those cricket dolls that was like the female version of my buddy. And I mean, I thought she was going to come alive at any moment.
Similarly, even though it wasn't a scary movie and I loved it, Little Monsters.
Oh, that movie
We're like
rules.
With Fred Savage?
Yeah, where I started thinking like, I saw it young enough that I was like, oh man, my bed is a portal.
Yeah,
Under my bed is a portal at night.
and they're partying.
And it may
down
not be
there.
the cool monster that comes up. It might be the other one. I got kind of freaked out about that. And the movie Ghost, when I would see shadow, I'd be like, wow. Remember when they like the shadow
Yeah,
people?
right.
In Ghost?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could see them. And then I started seeing shadows in the house and thinking like they were like shadow people and got really,
Well, shadow people are real.
oh,
So we all should be afraid of that.
It's been proven.
Yeah.
It's been, shadow people are real.
So
It's
chalk
been-
that up as not irrational.
Not irrational, no. It's proven. All right, let's do some news.
Oh, yeah. We gonna do some news.
And your news being sponsored by
Schicker Auto Group, your headquarters for American-made Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep vehicles. Shop local. Visit shopschicker.com.
Well, there are big changes at St. Louis City's Emergency Management Agency this week after the tornado sirens failed to sound before last Friday's storm. The city's SEMA commissioner, Sarah Russell, has been put on administrative leave while an outside investigation gets underway. And I know, the mayor talked about this yesterday and the day before. The move comes after, that EF3 tornado tore through the West End, North City. 5 people died. According to city officials, Sarah Russell and her team were attending a workshop downtown and not at their usual office where the siren activation button is located when the storm hit.
Okay. I mean, that's a reason, right?
But knowing there's
A storm coming.
bad weather on the way and you are part of the
Operation.
Emergency Management Agency,
Right.
knowing that's where we activate the tornado sirens.
For sure.
And it's unmanned is...
I'm glad somebody admitted. I'm glad that now we know. Also, I want to say, did you see Mayor Kara Spencer's, she was on the news last night and she was being interviewed and she just broke down talking about the devastation of people like losing everything, saran wrapping, all of the items. I mean, I got to say, like, as far as compassion from a city official, I was like, wow, like this woman deeply cares about our city and I'm so grateful for her care.
Well, with this situation, so the mayor's office said that the Sarah Russell, who again is the head of the city's emergency management agency, she tried to contact the fire department, but confusion over who should activate the sirens meant the warning never went out. So officials said that the existing siren activation procedures, apparently drafted by this woman back in 2021, may not have been fully put into practice. So in response, Mayor Spencer issued an executive order to clarify exactly how and when storm sirens should be activated in the future.
Good.
And the siren system has since been tested to ensure it's working. Now, for now, St. Louis Fire Captain John Walk is stepping in to lead the Emergency Management Agency. The mayor is expected to address the issues and what's next for the city's emergency preparedness at a press conference at some point this morning. So, she said heads were going to roll, so here we go. First one. Do you remember last summer there was a very bad bus crash in Highland, Illinois?
Because of the fog?
Well, and we're learning more. It was a Greyhound bus crashed in Madison County. So according to a new report from the NTSB, this accident was the result of a tired bus driver and a serious shortage of safe truck parking along the highway. So this happened just before 2 a.m. back in July of 2023. So July 12, 2023, not last summer, the summer before. So a Greyhound bus traveling from Indianapolis to St. Louis slammed into 3 tractor trailers parked on the shoulder of a rest area, exit ramp on 70 near Highland. 3 bus passengers lost their lives. 11 others, including the driver, were hurt. Thankfully, the truck drivers were not hurt. So investigators say the bus driver had been awake way too long due to an irregular work-rest schedule. I think the driver had been going for 17 hours.
Oh, my gosh. That's a little long.
Which left him dangerously fatigued behind the wheel. The report also said that Greyhound had not done enough to address this particular driver's history of unsafe driving. He'd been in 4 previous crashes, 2 of which were considered preventable. He'd been caught speeding a dozen times by electronic monitoring. Another big factor, they say, is the lack of safe, legal places for truckers to park and rest. And we've seen these. We've seen the rest stops. We've seen the truck rest stops. But along the ramp to get in and out, have you seen these trucks parked on the ramp?
Yeah, it's pretty common.
Yeah.
It's common, but it's illegal.
Oh, really?
Really?
I always think that that's just the safest place they can go and stay in the direction they're going.
But because truck parking is so limited, drivers often wind up parking illegally on the ramps and the shoulders, even though it's against the rules, but enforcement is rare because of the number of trucks on the road.
Yeah,
There's just
yeah.
no place.
Do what you gotta
Like,
do.
if you're going to make me stop because I've gone over my hours driving, I have nowhere to stop.
Yeah. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I coming off of Clarkson onto 40 to get to work in the morning, sometimes there will be a semi that's parked on that ramp to go onto 40. And, you see it, you slow down or try to avoid as much as you can. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Well, in some cases, there's not enough room.
Sure.
There's not enough room for other buses or trucks to get by. It's dangerous, people coming off the highway.
And you're right about that. That ramp is like a 2-lane. It kind of merges into one out of 2 lanes, so there's a little bit more.
There's a little more. There's a little more room there,
Yeah.
but some of these other, rest areas where there's no room for trucks, there's no room on the side either.
So we need to make more truck
need to figure this
stops, or
The NTSB also noted that some of the serious injuries in the crash could have been reduced if more passengers had been wearing their seatbelts. So following the investigation, the NTSB is calling on the U.S. Department of Transportation to take action, including expanding truck parking at rest areas and offering grants to state and local governments. Like, hey, we need to fix this. We need to have more parking for the trucks, maybe widen the exit and entrance ramps a little bit too.
I'm wondering what kind of role tech can play in all this kind of stuff. Because, like for instance, when you're driving an EV car, the newer ones, they all have like systems in which you can say, "Hey, I'm going from here to Tulsa," and you plug it in, and it'll literally tell you, "Here's all the charging stops. Here's how many minutes you're going to be there. Here's how much percentage you're going to need to charge it up to." It plots the whole thing safely. And with all the regulations that truckers have, and I'm speaking from ignorance here because maybe they already have this, but with all the regulations that they have, they got to have this logbook and blah, blah, blah. And I'm assuming those are going digital pretty soon so they can be checked in the law and make sure everybody's following the rules right. So then if that goes digital and a trucker has to be from here to here and you have to stop every 4 hours or every 400 miles or whatever the heck it might be, if they can implement all this kind of stuff with the NTSB and the truck stops, it says, all right, Bill's got a thing from St. Louis to Tucson. Here's all the rest stops you're going to be sleeping in. Here's all the fuel stops, most likely, with obviously some discrepancies allowed in there. But how can that not be plotted out digitally?
And maybe make like a reservation at an area.
Logged digitally. Yeah, I mean,
'Cause that's one of the problems is it's just no spaces.
Right. Obviously, like you said, they need to build more and provide more. And those grants need to be done. But I'm just saying to keep everybody safer on the road because we want to reduce traffic fatalities, right? We want to reduce traffic issues with people being tired behind the wheel or this or that. And I just feel like, where's the tech in all this? Because it's there. We got it. Everything's GPSed. Everything's being logged digitally. You can see the spaces that are available. I mean, the EV things are easy.
They're saying this deadly crash was preventable. And of course, it's on Greyhound too to be like, hey, you need to watch your bus drivers. 17 hours that's no good.
Yeah.
I know back in the day, a lot of the guys that were working for us, driving buses and driving our trucks and stuff, they were over the road guys prior to driving buses, right? And they were like, oh yeah, we lied on all the time because it was just a logbook. And they're like, no, I wanted to get here, or I wanted to do this, or I wanted to make X amount of money, and they lied on the logs.
Yeah, the quicker you get there, the more money you get, so you could pick up other work.
Exactly, but that stuff ain't happening anymore because the regulations are pretty serious, and the fines are pretty serious. But I wonder how that all works these days.
I don't know. Hey, if you're thinking about booking a last-minute Airbnb for Memorial Day weekend to throw a rager, well, you may encounter some interference.
What?
Because Airbnb announced their, quote, anti-party technology will be in effect for Memorial Day.
What a
and
lame
also the 4th of July.
technology. Anti-party technology? You're cool.
Wait, what is it?
It's called the
It's a laser.
anti-party technology. I don't know how this works.
Here's what it is. It's Elon Musk and his SpaceX satellites. So it beams down to all the Airbnb locations, and it sends a laser down there. And if anybody's having a really good time, the cops show up.
It's the no fun police show up.
Yeah, it's narc laser, dude, and it sucks.
Parents show up.
Yeah. We don't like
That's
it.
not how it works, but
Starlink,
I bet she's close.
Starlink, that's what I meant.
Party Link.
so basically,
Party
this is not a brand new feature. It's the 4th year Airbnb has done this, and it doesn't mean they're listening to see if you're too loud. It's just an algorithm that looks for red flags when you're booking a place. They say it looks at a range of factors, including property type, how long you're staying, how far away you live, and whether the booking is last minute or not.
So this is something that blocks you from booking? Or
Yeah,
just-
so it's going to flag you. So it's going to flag you if you're looking to book a huge house at the last second and only live a couple miles away.
You know what sucks is like I was looking at properties at the Ozarks for our upcoming family vacation, and I went to no budget where I was like, all right, let's see what we can get. 10 grand for booking this big mansion on the Lake of the Ozarks, and they don't want me to party in this house that has a 2-story water slide with jet skis and paddle boards.
Well,
and
maybe-
a dance floor that floats.
Maybe it's okay if 20 people are there. They don't want 500 people there.
I can't help it if my party is a great time and other boats are.
Well, listen, if
driving
Airbnb,
by.
if whatever this anti-party technology decides that you're looking to party, it's going to block your reservation. And they said they prevented over 50,000 bookings last year.
I'm for it, I think. I think I'm for it.
So they say it prevented over 50,000 bookings last year. Almost half of them were in just 3 states, though: Florida, Texas, and California. But
I don't know. This is a slippery slope of Minority Report here. Pre-crime. 50,000 bookings. What if somebody was just like, hey, man, I'm just trying to come to St. Louis to chill. I got a funeral to go to. It's a last-minute booking. They're like, nah.
I don't know if you had
You had a cool hat on in your profile picture. You look like you partied.
Yeah.
Can't wear cool hats?
No, it's a helmet with the 2 beer cans on the side.
Yeah, I thought it'd be funny.
If that's your profile picture, no. You're getting blocked from every booking. You have a beer helmet on? Nope.
Just trying to be safe.
But I haven't seen one of those in a while. Granted, I'm not at those parties, but
Right. You're not, yeah.
But I used to see. I feel like I used to see those for sale all the time. And also, granted, I don't go anywhere anymore.
Right. If you are one of the nearly 40 million people set to hit the road for this Memorial Day weekend, good news. Gas is set to fall to its lowest price in 4 years, average of $3.08. The fuel price tracker Gas Buddy said this is a win for customers, and if the stars align later this summer, we could even see the national average drop below $3 a gallon. If you're heading out camping this year, there is a hot new amenity.
Oh, do tell.
That's going to be at some of these private
Do tell.
campgrounds.
I got $30 in rewards to REI. Tell me.
What do you think it is?
Oh,
According
man,
to
I
a
don't know.
leading camping app that tracks trends across the country, what is being installed at campgrounds across the USA?
Oh, I hope it's
Wi-Fi.
It's a great guess.
No, Wi-Fi came in second. Wi-Fi being installed at a lot of places, but that's second to something else.
Real plumbing.
Wi-Fi is still the most common amenity at campgrounds overall, offered at 70% of private sites. But something is catching up fast.
The bidet.
Bidets? No.
Camp bidet.
Pools.
No.
Something
Kitchens.
Scott's the closest.
What'd you say?
A kitchen.
A sink.
Pickleball courts.
Oh,
Oh, because you're in the kitchen.
Yeah, I get it.
I get it.
pickleball courts.
Pickleball courts have officially become the top new amenity at private campgrounds. Everybody's pickleballing. Come on.
So you mean okay? So you're talking KOAs and all that stuff. Well, see, when I hear campgrounds, there ain't nothing out there. You're in the middle of nowhere. You just have some sort of permission to be here.
Yeah, that's what I
But-
said with the Wi-Fi thing.
Oh no, this is
Right.
This is private.
I know what you're saying.
Private
glamping.
And that
campsites.
makes sense. Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of pickleball courts popping up in Ladue properties as well. The rich people are having their own.
Well, when
courts.
they're putting in those new subdivisions, they're making room for pickleball courts.
Hey, to be honest, at those private places, you know, where people are camping in their RVs and all that kind of stuff, pickleball court, perfect. It's perfect.
It is great. I'm not-
Less maintenance than a pool. You're gonna have more people that are satisfied, most likely.
Is that going to be a time capsule of this time, or is pickleball here to stay?
I think it may be here to
play,
stay.
right?
I'm going to
It's
be
here to
honest
stay.
with you.
I
I
think
think
it's
it's.
fun.
I think it's here to stay.
It's
That's
no
gonna be like
Highlands.
Think how long tennis courts were at all these places as well, and they just kind of turned into gray, unmarked concrete blocks there for a while, and now they're starting to shift over to this.
Yeah, but think about that too. Is tennis was there, and not a ton of old folks are doing it.
No, but
who's in
pickleball, everybody's
exactly.
doing it.
Who's in the RVs and who's playing pickleball?
Yeah.
Everybody. Yeah,
Well,
it makes
why
sense.
the sudden surge is, campground operators say it all comes down to guest feedback. After hearing from campers, they wanted more ways to stay active and socialize, and these resort managers started installing pickleball courts, across Tennessee and Alabama, Ohio, with free equipment provided for guests, and the response has been so positive that some campgrounds are even hosting like pickleball clinics and tournaments, and
It's a differentiator, and it's cheap.
It's cheap.
It's no wonder that it rose to the top. I know people that have Airbnbs, and their biggest differentiator is, besides hot tubs, because hot tubs is a guaranteed, boost.
guaranteed hepatitis. Am I right?
Hey. Hot tubs is a guaranteed boost in business, and the ones that have the room and the resources, they put in pickleball courts and instantly get more bookings. It is the differentiator.
That's the thing. Well, now it's going to be pickleball courts. Like, oh, does this KOA have a pickleball court? It's going to be a reason for people to go now. The FDA has recalled 2 tattoo colors after finding the specific inks were contaminated with a bacteria that could lead to serious skin infections. The recalled colors from the Sacred Tattoo brand are Raven Black, with the best before date of June 28th, 2027, and a color called Sunny Days, with the best before date of November 1st, 2027. The FDA is also urging anyone considering a tattoo, talk with your tattooist to make sure that they're not using those specific inks.
Shout that out in general, because I think the majority of people don't even think about what ink is going in their body. They just,
I have no
they just
idea.
go get a tattoo. They just whatever.
With the tattoos I have on my body, and I have a
But you got to talk to
bunch.
them. You got to ask. And there's nothing better.
I've never asked.
You nothing better
neither.
than a high-end artist that talks about, maybe even has an ink deal, but like talks about their ink brands and that kind of stuff, and goes above and beyond.
Where they make them and everything?
Yes, dude. Because
I never thought about that.
Well, somebody brought it to my attention that a lot of the reds that was being used for years and years is this really cheap Chinese crap. And dude, I guarantee you that's what I have in it. It always made me sick. And
Really?
And I don't hold red, and maybe I just didn't hold cheap, crappy red. But I'll tell you what, when I got it burned off, when I had the removal, that red, when it got back in my system, I was sick for 2-3 days. It was like the flu, which, is just poison, is awful stuff. So make sure that high-end stuff is what they're using.
To be honest, I didn't know until moments ago when you said it out loud that there were even any kind of discernment in the colors.
Oh, yeah, there's like metals. I think
I thought it was black, red,
too.
yellow, green. You
Ink.
just picked. I didn't realize like Crayola, they have Raven
Well,
Black.
I also
and
didn't know there was a
Sunshine
best
Red.
of date, like a Best Buy.
Yeah, and
that's cool.
the brands matter, and that's one of the reasons that certain artists are way more expensive than others, because they're using much more expensive ink.
Well, whatever tattoo artists I had, they did not. And I'll be honest, I think we got ours at the same place in Carbondale. I don't know what your
Tough Luck
experience was.
Tattoos?
Tough Luck Tattoos. And then I got one in the basement of a guy's in Wichita Falls, Texas. That's on me.
Which the basement one is probably the ink from a Bic pen.
Probably. There was no explanation of ink or what was going in my body.
Yeah,
There was
yeah.
no conversation had.
Ask about it, people out there, and always remember: good tattoos ain't cheap, and cheap tattoos aren't good.
Yeah. Did you learn you're very
Health conscious.
health conscious? Yes, I was looking for a nice word. I was going to say you're a crazy person, but I'm surprised you wouldn't ask about the ink.
Hell no. I'm going to nice places because I trust that they're doing their due diligence on what their industry's all about. I'm not going to go in and ask, like, what's this? Like, I am, I've gotten tattoos at Tough Luck, Iron Age. I've been all over. Like, there used to be a spot on Grand back in the day. Never had an issue. I will say the pink ink and like Moon was saying, like the redder inks, those have all faded. But the black ink that I have, and I have a lot of my tattoos are just black. They've stayed fine, So no, I don't
Just be
care.
careful. Maybe ask. I don't know. And finally, the first mass-produced flying car will go on sale early next year. I saw a video of this thing in action. It's pretty friggin' sweet.
Is it?
Yep.
How high up does it go?
Yeah.
It goes up into the clouds high. I mean, I watched the video of this guy fly up into the clouds. It's pretty expensive, though. The company in Slovakia called Klein Vision said their new air car will cost a very reasonable $800,000 up to $1 million if you add upgrades. So even if you can afford it, you might not want one. It's technically a flying car, but not the hover car we're promised in movies like Back to the Future.
You first.
You know what I mean? Like,
Hey, Doc, we better back up. We don't have enough roads to get up to 88.
Roads? Well, we're going, we don't need roads.
it's basically a sports car with retractable wings and a propeller on the back. So you can't lift off in traffic. You still need a runway
And 88 miles an hour.
and a pilot's license.
I am really
Man,
excited.
this is.
I'm really excited for all this stuff, but you first.
Can you get bike racks on it? Because I
Well-
would like to.
I know that's probably an upgrade. Transforms into an airplane in under 2 minutes, has a range of 621 miles and a top cruising speed 155 miles an hour at 18,000 feet.
That's high.
Yes.
That's.
Is this the
awesome.
Aleph?
Do you have to have a pilot's license for this
Yes,
thing? I mean,
yes, you do.
Is this the Aleph?
It's the Klein Vision Air Car.
Klein Vision.
Klein. It's
What are the rules?
It's a Slovakian company. I'm assuming you will have to follow FAA rules.
so like if you're in a jam on 55 and you're like, you know what?
I'm out.
2 minutes out of the car, kids. It's like taking the top off the Jeep. You just transform it into a plane. You get a little space between you and the car in front of you. Can you just use 55 as a runway? Take off?
I don't know.
That'd be kind of
I don't think you even have to get out of the car for it to transform it into the airplane.
Really?
Like it's got retractable wings.
I mean, for $1 million, that makes sense.
So they'll be out in early 2026, at least in Europe. They're hoping to get them approved in the U.S. this fall.
We're here.
No.
We're here, guys.
I'm in.
Nah,
This is good.
I don't buy it.
What do you mean you don't buy it?
I don't buy it.
Too
The
expensive?
the majority of the pictures that I'm looking at and all this, are like, I think they made one and they got it in the air.
Did you see the one with the guys flying it, like in the clouds?
You're talking about this. You're talking about this thing. I'm only seeing, a couple pictures and one video. This is definitely one car that's been made, and they call it a car because it, turns and drives more than just a jet.
When did this video come out?
This is just a fancy. This video came out in 2021.
No. This is I saw a recent one, from last week.
But this has got to be it. Oh, okay. No, sorry. The original air car made its maiden flight in 2021.
As I said, this thing needs a runway and you need a pilot's license. So it's not like
This is a plane. This is not a car.
it's not like you go, I'm out of here.
Yeah. This is a plane. This is not
You
a car.
just hover up and take off.
And if you're going to buy a plane, you buy a plane. You know what I'm saying?
But Moon, you see, that's a car too. It's got wheels, so you could drive it on the road.
got
Anyway,
wheels.
fine. You're not getting a ride in my
You
new
know what this
air
is?
car.
This is a plane that's easier to park.
You're not getting my new air car.
This is a plane that's easy to park, and no one will have it, and there's no such thing as mass production. with
Putting
this.
gas in my air car, and some guy pulled up and was like, "You're an a-hole."
Your Klein or whatever it is.
My Klein car. All right, that is your news. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back and let's give away some stuff. We're going to play matchup with Moon.
It's a tough one.
Oh, good. So
Yeah.
King Scott's going to ask us 5 questions each. Whoever gets the most right, our respective teammates on the phone will win their choice of prizes. We have sold out Ice 9 Kills tickets. They'll be at the pageant on Tuesday, May 27th. I got it.
You're all good, dude.
I got it. I'm all good.
You're going to next time.
Static X with Guar next Wednesday, the 28th at the pageant. So that's a week from today. We got a pair of tickets for the Sesanta Tour featuring Prime as a Perfect Circle next Thursday, May 29th at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. And we got tickets to go see Mammoth with special guest Miles Kennedy, November 25th over at the pageant. Match up with Moon if you want to play. 314-624-3833, 618-398-3833. We'll do it next. So my daughter's 8th grade graduation is tonight.
Nice.
That's a big deal. No more middle school. I'll have 2 high schoolers next year. It's wild to think.
I'm excited for your daughter because I think I love it when kids go to high school and they actually like want to go to dances and want to have like the normal experiences that like we had. And I feel like your daughter is somebody who will get into that.
She wants to have those experiences.
I can't wait.
And we'll be heading out to the middle school auditorium today. And
you emotional? How do you feel about that?
you know me, I may get emotional. But of course they'll be like, gotta wait for all the kids. We're in the R's.
Oh no.
Last name starting with R.
You gotta
go
keep
through
it
all.
together.
Damn it.
You gotta keep it together.
No, it's gonna be annoyance, and then we get to my daughter, and then I'll.
Is it indoors or outdoors?
It's indoors.
Nice.
Sit in the bleachers. Mm-hmm. Wait for all the other kids to get their accolades, and then get to the R's eventually. And there's my little girl.
So you got a cap and gown for 8th grade graduation?
I don't think it's that kind of thing.
Okay.
I think you put something nice on. But think back to high school for a second, guys. Did you ever cheat? Did you ever cheat in high school?
I'm sure I did.
Schoolwork. Yeah, schoolwork, not your boyfriend or girlfriend. Schoolwork.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember a specific instance, but my friends were smarter than me. So when my best friend would come over, I'm like, let me see what you did in Miss Shelby's class or whatever. And just kind of check the answers. And if I was wrong, I would go with her answer. You know what I'm saying? Like if we had different answers, saved me.
Yeah, there's about 3 gals I owe my entire math career to. I never did my homework. I don't think one time. Sue Jung and Heather let me copy that stuff right before class and at least kept me alive.
Bless them.
To test day. Thank you both to this day.
Did you ever cheat in high school?
Yeah, for sure. I even mentioned it on the show years ago, and she reached out. Her sister still lives here and listens, and reached out to her. I forget where she is, and we made contact so I could say, "Hey, man, thanks, dude."
Thank you. Yeah, that's nice. Scott, did you ever cheat in high school?
And just so you know, she knew she was complicit.
Right.
She felt me looking over her shoulder, and she went like this. Like she said,
it was charity for her.
Dude, you know what? And I think I'm still alive because of her. I mean, it was a big deal because I was going through, teen pregnancy. That was a breeze. Everything was great.
You had other things on your mind.
I had other things on my mind, and I would not have passed that class otherwise. I did none of my own work, and I truly mean none of my own work.
Yeah. I don't think I wouldn't say I cheated, but I definitely was taking help from people without doing any of my own research or anything.
So you cheated?
What? No, it was.
So you
help.
cheated, Scott?
Come on.
Does Jesus know?
Yeah, I do apologize.
Jesus is the one that was elbowing Jennifer to be like, "Yo, move a little bit more to the right."
Jesus know you cheated?
Yeah,
That's
why he had to die for me.
Was my advanced bio partner too? When you have to dissect everything, starfish, and killed in that class. And it was I knew who the weak link in that duo was. Yeah, I was Robin.
One Rafe Williams.
Yeah. He was on it, dude. He knew he was born to dissect things.
Ask me if I cheated in school. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. And listen, sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, man.
And it wasn't a common, often thing, but listen, sometimes you need a little help. So more than 10,000 adults were asked, you ever cheat in high school? And 59% lied and claimed they never cheated on homework or tests.
You ever get caught doing it?
No, because I'm smart.
That's good.
Did you?
I feel like I did. I feel like, or if it wasn't me, it was somebody else in the class where you'd be taking a test and you'd kind of look over at somebody else's test, see if they're circling the same multiple
quick glance.
choice.
The teacher caught you?
I don't know if it was. I just remember an instance, if it was me or if it was somebody near me. But that was common, right? That everybody have to block their answers, and you weren't allowed to look up.
I hated the blockers.
I know. Always the smartest kids in the class too. They're like
blocker. Well, you didn't do the work.
My brother, to this day,
you didn't study clearly.
To this day, nothing will set him off faster than when my parents mention, that time that Clark cheated.
Oh, no.
Because he got in trouble in 3rd grade or 4th grade for cheating off of Scott. And he swears to this day.
This Scott?
No,
that's why he flunked.
No, his best buddy Scott. He swears to this day he did not cheat. And I mean, you just make one mention, and he's like, I didn't. I mean, he
did
loses
not.
it because he was falsely accused.
Oh, and by the way, I hated the dorks that like they were taking their test and they leaned over and they blocked their
Right.
answers. Get out of here with that.
Help.
That's not cool.
That's
Yeah.
not cool.
Some hero or something.
What are you doing, nerd?
Yeah, the best is when you copy off of someone that you think is smart, and then you get your test back and you get a D or whatever. You're like, oh, that was not a good idea.
I had a teacher made me throw mine in the trash one time. I was like done, paper turned over. It was like, and it was shop class, which is, I don't even know how you cheat in shop, but he was like, eyes on your own paper. I was just like looking around the room, just like I had already just surrendered to the test that I wasn't going to get anything right. And he's like, throw it in the trash. You're looking at Paul's paper. And I'm like, I'm not even writing anything down, dude. Like, just walk over here. And honestly, I'm going to get the same grade either way, so this has no power over me.
Luckily, when they seat you in school, when they
Assigned seats.
assign seats and stuff like that, I always sat next to Michael Rizzi.
Oh, Michael Rizzi. What was he like?
He's smart.
Rizzuto and Rizzi?
Yeah.
Whoa. Wow, you guys are
Was he the
obnoxious.
original Riz show?
He was smart. So thank God. And he was not a paper coverer.
There's a guy walking around with the name Rizzi.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable.
Is he Rizzy?
He's just living it right now,
Mr.
right?
Rizzi.
It's your guys' time, the whole Riz
Yeah.
thing.
Well, I remember when I met
Congrats.
him, when we met in elementary school, we were lining up in alphabetical order for kickball class. Or for kickball and gym, not kickball class. And I remember being in line going, all right, what's your last name? It starts with an R. I'm like, "Ma, okay. I. Yeah, me too.
Is this a joke?
Z? Yeah, I got a Z too. Another Z? Oh my God.
Another Rizzuto? Absolutely not. No, I'm
finally.
You? No.
He probably goes by
I.
Riz, too.
I? R-I-Z-Z-I?
Yeah.
Is that better? or-
Wow.
Another Riz out there,
What a
man.
flowery name.
Common.
That's a common name?
Yeah.
Bruh, I ain't never heard that in my
where I'm
life.
from?
And you sat next to one?
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that's common. You're crazy.
Yeah, thankfully we didn't have very many Italians where I went.
Rizzy with an I. That's
Yeah.
freaking sweet.
Yeah. Anyway, who was more likely to admit to cheating, men or women?
Honest people.
Men, of course.
Wow.
I don't know a lot of gals that were cheating, though. Like, my wife was like, she even said, because I said something about how, I don't know, high school went for me, and I was a great student. I was a good kid. And she's like, no, you weren't. You did this. And I was like, you're going to tell me that you never copied off a test or something like that, or like frantically realized in the morning right before it had to be turned in that you didn't do something, you asked for a couple answers? She's like, absolutely not. So I think it's more common for men anyway. That's why we're admitting it more, because we did it more. Don't you think so?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good point. I don't know. I mean, I'm telling you my experience. I can hardly remember it. So maybe that's just my cover up. I'm trying to
Trying to
bury
block it
my
out?
trauma,
No.
that I created myself.
Well, congratulations to all the graduates out there. You did it, guys.
You did it. You got away with it.
And the two cheaters going at it. Match up with Moon. Who's in the lead?
Well, you're not far behind. Just kidding.
6.
It's you're behind by 6.
Behind
He's got
by
8
6.
wins. You got 2.
You gotta get it together.
I
man.
do.
I think today you're turning
and
around.
No cheating.
No, because today's all New York questions. So
Good. No cheating. We're playing for Ice 9 Kill tickets, Static X tickets, Sasanta Tour tickets, and tickets to go see Mammoth. All right, Moon has chosen to go into isolation first.
Yep.
Let's go to the phones, and we've got Jennifer in St. Louis. Good morning, Jennifer.
Good morning,
All right, Jennifer, Team Riz or Team Moon?
Moon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Without hesitation. No.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Feeling it.
Justin.
Hello there.
Hello.
Happy birthday, Riz.
Thanks, buddy. Team Riz or Team Moon?
I'll go Riz.
All right.
Wow.
All right. Playing for you, Justin. Hey, Justin, when we win, what do you want?
Let's do Ice 9.
Yes.
You just jinxed yourself. there,
Sold
didn't
out
you?
show. No, he didn't. He's good. He's all good.
I hope
you
not.
appreciate him jinxing you,
You're
Mike.
good.
Or-
That's Justin. Hang on.
Mike.
Hang on.
Mike.
Mike. All right.
Oh
put
my
Moon
gosh.
What?
I think it just hit.
Oh.
okay.
Music just hit.
All right. Put Moon in isolation, and looks like he's ready to go, and I'm ready to go.
Yay.
And King Scott's ready to go.
And Mike's ready to go.
We have no mic on the phone.
Okay.
So here we go.
All right, Riz. Which superhero lives by the motto, with great power comes great responsibility?
Spider-Man.
We've all dropped a number 2 at school. So, what is pencil lead made of?
Graphite. Get it?
What?
We dropped the number 2? No,
Yeah.
as in a number 2 pencil?
I get it.
Tie-in.
It's a
Nice
really
podcast
tight,
tie-in.
cool joke, dude. That's awesome.
Cool joke, buddy.
Thank you. I work really hard on these. What type of whale is actually a dolphin?
What type of whale is actually a dolphin? A killer whale.
What colors mix to make green?
Yellow and blue.
The Kansas City Chiefs beat the 49ers in 2020 in the Super Bowl. Who was the quarterback for the 49ers?
In 2020?
Yeah.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
And the tiebreaker. How many SeaWorld parks are there?
How many SeaWorld? I'm going to say 4.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's see how Moon does. I feel okay. All right. All right, Mooners.
Woo.
Ready to go?
I'm ready.
All right. I'm going to put myself in isolation.
How'd you do?
I think I did okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, maybe.
All right, great.
And you know what, man? Maybe a little too overconfident. Damn it. I don't know how I did. I have no idea. Okay. I'm going to put myself in isolation.
There we go. All right, Moon.
All right, King Scott.
Which superhero lives by the motto, with great power comes great responsibility?
Oh, that was Uncle Ben, or whatever his name was, Spider-Man.
We've all dropped a number 2 at school.
Yeah, I remember the math building.
So, what is pencil lead made of?
Graphite.
What type of whale is actually a dolphin?
What type of whale is actually a dolphin? What type of whale is actually a dolphin?
That's a good question.
I'm not sure. I'm going to Ace Ventura when he starts correcting somebody for saying something about collecting the porpoise. Which I don't really realize. I don't know what a porpoise is. So what kind of
It's a
whale
porpoise.
is actually a dolphin?
We'll come back to that.
Beluga whale. Beluga whale? No, it's called a beluga whale. It looks like a dolphin. I'm going to say beluga.
Okay.
If it's porpoise, I'm going to be pissed.
What colors mix to make green?
Shoot. Is that red and yellow?
I'm sorry.
Is it blue and yellow?
Not to throw you off right now, but somebody in the chat just said Moon looking like Lloyd from Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
We landed
the
on
same
the
coat,
moon.
the same hat.
That was intentional. In the chat, I posted the
He
link.
looks like Lloyd. From
Oh, okay.
I posted the link of the
that
picture
is awesome.
of him doing this. So like,
All right,
it was
my
very.
apologies.
We
I'm
need
not
some
trying to throw
we
you
need to
off.
put like feathery plumage in the front.
I know.
You look like
I lost
you're
a
at the
feather.
bar, yeah.
Somebody took my feather. Okay, where are we?
We're at what colors mix to make green?
Oh yeah, is it blue and yellow? I'm gonna say blue and yellow.
The Kansas City Chiefs beat the San Francisco 49ers in the 2020 Super Bowl. Who was the quarterback for the 49ers?
Oh, in where?
2020.
Oh crud. Well, let's see. Brock Purdy, kid's only like 24 years old. Couldn't have been Brock Purdy, right? Brock Purdy was a rookie and he came out firing amazing. Was he 20 years old? No, he's still in college then. The dude before him was, I know Janine Garofalo was a big talk. And he went over, oh shoot, man. I got no better answer than Janine Garofalo. Or Jimmy Garoppolo, but...
And now
man.
for the tiebreaker.
That's a bad answer.
You want to go with that, or?
I don't think it was Purdy yet. I think he was shortly after, but I think he's too young. Go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry.
So for the tiebreaker, how many SeaWorld parks are there?
I think there's a few overseas, and then you got Florida and San Diego, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to say, show me Ooh, maybe Australia too. Show me 5. I'm going to say Asia, Australia, Europe, and 2 in the States. Yeah.
Good.
Holy crud, dude. I don't know. I don't feel good.
You don't?
No.
Well, I was listening to a banger, by the way.
Yeah, me too.
Old Sugar Ray.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Real
my.
banger there.
I saw a video of him doing Genuine's My Pony recently,
really?
and it was bad.
Really? Oh,
yeah,
no.
It was.
Yeah.
And his moves, you got to watch it with
Right.
Rugrats moves.
I've seen a couple of their live shows recently, and they're not trying too hard.
Oh, really?
No, they're
I'll
just
show
showing.
it to you.
They're just showing up and
Great.
having a good time.
Every morning there's a pony hanging from. Like he's just saying pony.
No,
What's
he's
the
doing
mile per hour song they had?
RPM, that's what I was listening to.
Okay, that's the one. Yeah,
Pony.
yeah.
It was bad.
It was bad.
That's what it was,
Dude
RPM.
can't dance for crap.
Remember that song? I'll play it.
That
I'll
one
play
is
it.
awesome.
And he used to be
Awesome
so
song.
attractive in the 90s and 2000s.
All right, let's get the answers here. I'm playing for Justin. Moon is playing for Jennifer. Matchup with Moon. Round number 1.
Which superhero lives by the motto, with great power comes great responsibility?
You both said Spider-Man. Come on.
You're both correct.
By the way, they attempted to throw me off by talking about my Lloyd Christmas vibe.
You are very Lloyd Christmas.
Yeah, that was very intentional. Which instead of throwing me off, I think it actually calmed me down a little bit, which is good. So I
Oh.
appreciate it.
See if it works out. We've all dropped a number 2 at school. So, what is pencil lead made of?
Both of you said graphite.
And you're both right.
All right.
All right.
Left, right.
Love graphite.
I still have some in my hand from
Love me some graphite.
a lovely middle
original
school
tattoo
accident. Yeah.
What type of whale is actually a dolphin?
Oh, baby.
Riz said killer whale. also known as
Oh,
an
that
orca.
sounds like a goddamn great answer. You're probably right.
Well, you know what it is? They look like kind of dolphins.
and so, yeah.
Well, so does a beluga whale, which is what.
but they call
Moon
them a
said.
beluga whale. Oh, killer whale. Oh man, you're right. You got to be right.
Yep. It is the orca, the killer whale.
yes.
Riz is 0.1.
What a
But
Fool.
beluga was a good guess.
Yeah.
Beluga.
what a fool.
So he just
You fool!
took the lead there. Let's see what happens.
It's over. It's
what
over.
colors mix to make green?
You both said blue and yellow.
And you're both correct.
Yeah, it's over. I'm sure I
Ooh,
got
it
this.
comes down to this. So,
Yeah.
Listen, I got this wrong, or I didn't, and you got it right too. It doesn't matter.
if I get it wrong, you get it right. We're tied going into the tiebreaker. If we
finally
both have
won
the
one.
same answer,
I'm sorry,
right or
Jennifer.
wrong, then I win. Up by 1 going into question 5.
Good luck to both of you. The Kansas City Chiefs beat the San Francisco 49ers in the 2020 Super Bowl. Who was the quarterback for the 49ers?
You both said Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy Grops.
And you're both correct.
I'm just happy.
All right, way to go.
And let me talk to Justin for a second.
Yeah, you won by
Hey,
one.
Justin.
Foolish.
Hello. That's
Every dog has its day.
Enjoy
awesome.
Ice
So much for
9.
being jinxed.
Enjoy Ice 9 kills. Hang on. What's the tiebreaker?
Well, I don't want to stroke any egos here, but how many SeaWorld parks are there?
Riz said 4. Moon said 5.
The correct answer? 4.
What a showing. Very proud.
Did well.
Shoot.
I did well. You guys remember, this is the Sugar Ray song I was listening to. Let's see if I can get it up here.
Why don't you listen to it?
Sounds great.
We don't really need that.
I like it.
My pony.
Now, here. Remember the song? Yeah. It's Sugar Ray.
That's crazy.
You will recover when you discover, baby, there is no other. When you recover, baby.
And then they put Fly out as a single.
And on the same
they're
album,
like,
right?
On the same record, and they're like, boy,
We
that's
should do
really
that.
that's really big for us. So we should probably go in that
Yeah.
direction for the rest
It
of our
sounds
career.
like head PE, like, pick somebody in a crowd and say, you be our singer.
Well, and they were
Dual
like
premise.
in the same like scene as Limp Bizkit and Korn and that whole crew.
And Snot and all those guys.
Yeah, Snot and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And they're like,
crazy.
oh, fly, that's it.
That wasn't no snot.
I just want to fly.
Love
Good.
that song.
And now let's redo that song for every subsequent record and make $1 gazillion, which they did. I'm not hating.
Nope.
Man.
job.
I'm not hating.
Well, But I'm not. I'm just upset about the orca thing.
Oh, okay. Let's go to Sammy. Hello, Sammy.
Marinin.
Hey.
Team Riz or Team Moon?
Refuse to believe that Moon can lose 2 in a row. I'll take Moon.
Okay, that's right.
You don't think he's rattled? Okay, that's fine.
No.
That's fine, Sam. All right,
I am
hang on.
depleted. I'm not feeling great.
Jamie.
Hey, how's it going?
Team Riz or Team Moon?
Team Riz.
All right.
You fool.
Hang on 1 second. Let's get the music going. I'm going to put myself in isolation. Hang on. Don't start yet, Scott. Calm down. Calm down. Going into isolation. And begin.
Alrighty. Mooners.
What?
We know that Missouri has Jefferson City and Alaska has Juneau. What other state capital starts with J?
Jackson.
State, though.
You said what other state capital, and I gave you the state capital.
All right, we'll stick with
It's
that.
Jackson, Mississippi, I believe.
Which MLB team has never been to the World Series? The Miami Marlins, Seattle Mariners, or the Toronto Blue Jays?
Seattle Mariners.
What was the last state to join the Union?
I think it was Hawaii. Or was it Alaska? Shoot. I'm going to say Hawaii.
What dog breed is Scooby-Doo?
This question sucks. Because we've had this before. Oh, man. I mean, it looks like a great name. It's drawn like a great name. He's not all that big, though. Man, I know we've had this question before, and it's one of those semi-obvious once you hear it, but, I don't know, man. I'll go back to that.
Okay. Which type of cancer did Dustin Diamond pass away from?
Oh, my gosh. Goodness gracious. See, this is the kind of trivia that he'll remember.
Screech.
Yeah. Oh, man. Was it a blood cancer of some sort? Dude, I don't know. I'll say lymphoma. Yeah, I guess I'll say lymphoma.
And now going back to which dog breed is Scooby-Doo?
Yeah, I guess I'm going to say Great Dane.
Finally, what year did Scooby-Doo premiere?
Oh, my goodness. I mean, it's such a 60s thing, but did it come before that? It's kind of a 70s thing. You know, I'll say late 60s, early 70s. I'll say 1969. Nope. It's got to be later than that, right? 1973.
All right. You're good? We're good.
Shoot.
All right.
Shoot.
Again?
I'll tell you what. Hey, don't be intimidated, bro.
I'm not. Another banger I listened to.
What one?
Circles from Incubus.
Oh, it is a great song. Morning View, great album.
Oh, man. That's the opener, right? That's the opens the record.
Sounds right.
They're doing that whole record in its entirety, right, at the Shavitz?
They are, and if you haven't listened to the recut of Morning View, it's actually very good.
Really?
Yeah. They re-recorded everything.
They got some good songs. All right. You ready? Moon's in isolation. Round 2. Match up with Moon. Here we go.
We know that Missouri has Jefferson City and Alaska has Juneau. What other state capital starts with J?
Jackson, Mississippi.
Which MLB team has never been to the World Series? The Miami Marlins, Seattle Mariners, or Toronto Blue Jays?
Mariners.
What was the last state to join the Union?
Last state to join the Union would be Hawaii.
What dog breed is Scooby-Doo?
Scooby-Doo is a... God, that's great. I'm looking at him. Scooby-Doo is... Oh, God, no. What is he? Go back to that one.
Okay, we'll come back.
Damn it.
Which type of cancer did Dustin Diamond pass away from?
Lung cancer.
Okay, now we're going back.
Back to Scooby-Doo?
Yeah. What dog breed is Scooby-Doo?
Scooby-Doo is I'm seeing it's with, starts with,
Has a face.
starts with a D, I think. Oh, man. I'm going to say Doberman. It's wrong. Whatever. It's fine.
Okay. Now for the tiebreaker.
What is Scooby-Doo?
You want to?
No, God. No.
Okay. For the tiebreaker, what year did Scooby-Doo premiere?
1977. Okay. All right. Mooners. Here we go.
How'd you do?
Oh, man, there was one I couldn't figure out.
Yeah, me too, man. I even came back to it. And
Me too.
It's just.
Was it the Scooby-Doo one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, we've had this before.
Have we? I don't remember.
For sure. Nah, because we've had this one.
Have we had this one before?
I don't, or maybe Marmaduke.
Because stupid Snoopy is a beagle or
Snoopy's
whatever.
a beagle. I knew that.
Yeah, right. Well, we know that because these questions, they come back around every year or so.
All right. Well, let's get the answers.
Just to make a fool of us.
Okay, we know that Missouri has Jefferson City. Alaska has Juneau. What other state capital starts with J?
You both said Jackson, Mississippi.
And you're both correct.
All right.
I was hoping you wouldn't get
Well
that.
done, man. That was good. Good one.
Which MLB team has never been to the World Series? The Miami Marlins, Seattle Mariners, or the Toronto Blue Jays?
You both said Mariners.
And you're both correct.
Do that one.
2-2.
What was the last state to join the Union?
You both said Hawaii.
Oh.
And it is actually Hawaii.
3-3.
Good work on that.
That was a trick question.
That was an,
At least we feel good. At least we feel good. We feel good at the end of these rounds.
a few months after Alaska was brought in. Same year. So what dog breed is Scooby-Doo?
Oh, boy.
What was your guess?
Moon said Great Dane. Riz said Doberman.
Great Dane is probably it. I said Doberman is just a holder, just to name a dog.
Yeah.
Great Dane
he's
sounds
shaped
right.
like a Doberman, but they're all Dobermans are black, right?
Yeah, I think so. Great Dane sounds right.
I think how popular beagles were. Okay, so the correct answer is actually Great Dane.
Oh.
Damn it.
So that's
All right,
4.
well-
Now Moon's up 1.
Comes down to this.
I don't even remember what this is.
You got different answers.
Oh, we have
Oh, this is
Fart in a
wild.
box, bro.
All right.
Man.
This feels good. I like it when it comes down to this.
Oh,
Remember,
no.
I'm playing for
What was the question?
Jamie.
Do you
Moon's
remember?
playing for no, I forgot.
That good
Moon's
of a
playing for
question.
Sammy. Here we go.
Which type of cancer did Dustin
Oh.
Diamond pass away from?
I'm wrong. And I know you got this because this is the kind of crap you remember.
Moon says lymphoma. Riz says lung cancer.
Dang, I was going to say lung cancer.
I may be wrong. I'm second guessing myself.
That
And I
sounds
said
right.
it very quickly, too.
That sounds right.
You said it with authority.
I know.
Well,
It's
the good
lung
news
cancer.
is
Let's
it
move
does
on.
start with an L. And the correct answer is lung cancer.
Yes.
All right, we are tied up.
Oh.
4-4.
I know. It's weird to
That's weird to say.
Yeah,
I
go
know.
ahead and celebrate it, brother.
Aggressively. Yeah.
That's not.
I'm celebrating the answer,
Isolate that.
not the cancer.
God dang. Lung cancer.
And you guys got different answers for this, too.
All right.
Which is good because I
There we go.
have a backup question just in case.
Okay, great.
The tiebreaker.
Yeah. The tiebreaker. What year did Scooby-Doo premiere?
Moon said 1973. Riz said 1977.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, no. I think you may be
Oh, no,
right.
indeed.
Oh, no. Well, I mean, I changed it.
I got to step out in the hallway real quick. I'll be right back. Okay. The correct answer is
Oh, it's 75?
1969.
Oh, Moon wins.
Oh, my
You had it.
goodness.
He said that first, and then he switched.
Oh,
Damn it.
Still. Oh, thanks.
Wow.
Good. Oh.
Wow.
Sorry, Jamie.
Guys, that was a good run. Both
Oh,
of you guys
good
today.
run, Yeah.
That was great.
You only missed one.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's not bad.
Well,
Good job, guys.
we didn't look like fools.
No,
No,
we
is
came
all right.
off fairly
Pretty Mary
Fairly smart.
Sunshine.
intelligent.
Yes, the questions are too easy.
Go home and
Scooby-Doo
listen
had
to
some
this
rad
song.
music in it.
Yeah, go home and listen to this song today.
Somebody texted and said, let it be known that Riz celebrates lung cancer.
No, stop it. This is what I had in my head for the second round. What a good tune this is.
Great song.
When's the show?
July 3rd at Chaffetz.
I know it's Chaffetz, yeah. July 3rd, huh? What day of the week is that?
Well, the next day we have off. It's a Thursday.
We do? Oh, yeah, the next day is July 4th.
I know.
Whoa.
Get your ticket.
All right, thank you. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back with crap on celebrities. It's 8:30. All right, Lern, what do you got for us?
An update on the Foo Fighter situation. Morgan Wallen featuring Chipmunks, Rest in Peace to Norm, and which movie ripped out your emotional guts?
All right, we got that. We got your crappy birthdays. We got the porno birthday. All that and more next. And your crap on celebrities. Stay there. Restaurant today, you better leave a half-decent tip because today is National Wait Staff Day. That's right, National Wait Staff Day. So it's supposed to honor servers and bartenders and baristas. And hey, thank you for dealing with all our annoying requests. So, with that being said, you might not want to tip after hearing some of these stats, though, because
Tomorrow is National Send It Back Day.
well, so BuzzFeed recently polled thousands of current and former servers and asked some fun questions, including, have you ever retaliated against a rude customer?
Oh, no.
Whoa.
Okay, so we'll start with this one.
I'll take things you don't want to know for 500.
Here we go. Have you ever eaten food off a customer's plate? Now, we've had a couple waitstaff people in this room here. You've been a waitress before. Rafe, you've been a waiter before. Moon, you never were.
No.
Scott, you were? Were you ever?
Yes, I was a waiter.
I can only imagine. I'm really curious to hear what you guys' answers are because I can only imagine the temptation, especially if it's really good food or something new or something like that. I can only imagine the temptation, and I have to think that only people with a very strict code would be in the service for a long time and say no to this question.
Okay, so I want these. We're on the trust tree, guys. I want honest answers to these questions for the three of you who have been waiters or waitresses.
Okay.
Have you ever eaten food off a customer's plate? Lern.
No.
Rafe.
Hell yeah.
Not surprised. Scott.
Not at all. no.
Okay. What was it?
I think two of my coworkers might be lying right now. I mean, there's always been, if a rogue fry, if you pull the plate out of and a rogue fry jumps off.
You're talking about jumping off. Yeah, if there's one on the table that jumped off. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes
but not
you
taking
could
it off
you
the
could,
plate.
You could facilitate the jump if you really.
Uh-oh, fell into my mouth.
Oh.
You could grab a plate and if the fry was hanging on by a thread, it's like the quarter machine where you're just like.
That's a free space, dude. It falls on the table. That's a free zone, like in the back.
So we're not counting that?
Yeah, we're not
then
counting
no.
that. I'm saying like actually
thought we
lifting
would
it off of the plate.
No, I haven't done that.
Now, when I said that question, Moon, did you imagine it after they ate their food or before they ate their food?
Oh.
Both, actually.
Yeah, before. is my way.
Somewhere past the doors, like whether it's like it's coming off the counter or whatever.
Oh no,
or,
it could even be after the.
Somebody left half a Philly.
That's disgusting.
I did work with a fella when my first job was at CC's Pizza, and I was a busboy there, and so those trash cans were just disgusting. And the guy that was cleaning the dishes at that time in my career, he went over one day and there was like a perfect slice of pizza. We scraped off a plate and threw in there, but it's sitting on top. He's walked over, grabbed it, started eating, and I'm like,
That man is a savage.
32% of waiters and waitresses say yes, they have eaten food off a customer's plate. Have you ever dated or hooked up with a cook? Lern.
Oh man, we were talking about this at Point Fest actually. Yeah, I never dated or hooked up, but I have kissed a cook on the mouth.
Okay, that's
you
hooked
like
up.
it?
Okay, that can be considered
So,
hooked
yes.
up. Yeah, I've kissed somebody in the kitchen.
Rafe, have you ever dated or hooked up with a cook?
No. I've been the cook. Getting
Scott.
hooked up with.
Have you ever
for
dated
real?
or
That-
hooked up with the
Well,
cook?
that counts then.
That's got to count. He's been the cook.
I was the dishwasher when I first started.
This is not about cooks today.
Nickname?
This is strictly wait staff.
No, as a wait staff person, no, I never hooked up with a cook.
Scott?
yeah, no, none of the fellas were into it.
Okay. 25% say yes. Have you ever come into work sick or hungover?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Every damn day almost.
Yes. Scott?
Not back then, no.
It was the worst. Dude. Shout out to 5 Hour Energy and aspirin.
Only now.
81% say yes, they have come in sick or hungover. Have you ever finished a customer's alcoholic beverage?
Oh, no.
That would be awesome.
I know it's a yes from Scott automatically.
Well, alcohol can't get germs in it, so it's safe.
That's true. That is a good
Learn.
point. No.
Yes or no?
Oh, my God.
Rafe.
No.
Hysterical.
Believe it or
Rafe?
not, I'll tell you the truth. No. I did take a drink out of. There's this guy that used to come in and watch the band, and he had like fake teeth, and he would take them out, and he would like gum a lemonade. All, and dude, I had my soda in a red cup, like a red Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
Just took a up by the bar, and he set his like next to mine, and I took a drink out of that cup, dude, and like felt his spit.
Spitnade?
That's
That's disgusting.
I wanted to pass away.
Okay, well, only 6%.
You stiflered it.
Only 6% have admitted to finishing a customer's alcoholic beverage.
Golly.
Have you ever given someone free food or a free drink because you thought they were cute?
Yes.
Rafe.
Sure.
Scott.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that would have happened.
It's like the only power you have.
Yeah.
You're like cute guy at the end of the
With
bar.
great power comes great responsibility.
Well,
30%.
You-
30% of wait staff say yes, which I
Because-
think is low.
I had like I don't know if it was a distinct number, but you could give away a drink or a shot, on the house, the bar I worked, which was nice.
Yeah, what are the policies with that kind of stuff? Since they know you're going to do it, do they have like a, hey, we know, if your potential boyfriend or whatever comes in, you're allowed to give them one drink? Is there usually like some sort of standard like that?
I don't know if it's like everywhere, but I think if the place is cool and down and they make a good profit, they're like, yeah, you want to give a drink away or because
They'll turn a blind. They're not going to encourage you. They'll turn a blind eye to it.
I always wondered what the
Stealing.
Yeah.
Well, they eat the cost. It's not stealing. They just don't make money on it.
You're
Which is
encouraging
stealing.
the return.
They're still making money.
But they paid
what?
for the thing that you gave
Yeah.
away, and you don't own the business.
And they're not
then I get
selling.
the tip.
They're not selling it. What?
I mean,
All right, I guess you're right.
I'm
To
not
me, I
sure.
look at it as a morale boost. Okay, and they'll come back again because they had such a great damn time.
Which is fine, but let's call it what it is.
You never got a free beer?
I have.
Yeah. So you're thinking all these people are stealing. They don't have like a little bank for the night, like where
Well,
they're
I mean,
saying
technically
$50.
it is.
I'm not sure I've ever gotten a free beer from someone that didn't own the place as well.
Mm.
And then it's a free beer because then it's on them. You know what I'm saying?
Well, apparently it's stealing.
Not if the owner gives it to you.
If the owner of the bar,
But if the owner says it's okay that
Yeah,
I
yeah,
do it,
that's-
then that's
yeah,
fine.
yeah, yeah.
Right, and
That's
that's
what
why-
we're talking about.
yeah, that's why I was asking. I wonder what the
I
standard
got a
was
shift
there.
drink, and I would also take my. People would buy rounds a lot and buy me one for when I got off, and I'd stack the chips, and then sometimes I'd give those to people who tipped well.
Oh, that sounds
Okay.
nice.
That's pretty cool.
Have you ever snuck off to the bathroom just to get a break?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Get me out of this place. Yes.
Yeah, every job I've ever had.
No. I mean, it was
What a good employee.
B-dubs and then Cece's Pizza and Moon saw that bathroom. It's not a great place to hang out at.
And you go in
Yeah,
that
you
bathroom,
ain't
that's
going
not a
there.
break.
I passed some stones in there.
There's the outdoors.
All right, 88% say yes, they've snuck off to the bathroom just to get a break. Here we go. The final question.
Oh no.
Have you ever retaliated against a rude customer?
In what way?
Anyway.
Anyway. In any way.
No.
Have you ever retaliated against a rude customer?
No.
Truth?
I'm digging my brain right now. No. Been a real, I've been snooty to people, but I've never
Rafe?
done anything.
I have given like fake drinks to people that were obnoxiously drunk and let them pay for them.
So I think that's a yes. I'm going to count that as a yes.
Okay.
They'll order like a vodka tonic, and I'll just put like
Just
straight tonic and squeeze some lime juice in it and charge them full price.
I'm going to say
And
that's
they're being
yes.
like an obnoxious.
I'm going to say
a-hole.
yes, that you have retaliated. Scott, I know the answer already, but I want to hear it from you.
Yeah, it's a no.
It's a yes. What?
Oh, yes. No, I mean, and my serving career was about 4 weeks. So
Well, you can get a lot in.
didn't get too much
But
off
he
a
was
month.
hooking up with the kitchen staff.
Well, no, I was excited. I was going to be at home and get a real job. So I got a serving job and then got hired on the road again, and that was it. It's like,
All right,
dang
well, according to the thousands of wait staff that were surveyed here, excuse me, half say yes, they've retaliated against a customer in some way. They did not say how.
Well,
I like
But
Rachel's
half-half.
style of it.
Again, they didn't say how.
I always just go back to the movie Road Trip when the guy puts, who is it? Is Horatio?
Horatio Sands
Yeah,
puts the
French toast in his underpants after he licks it real good. Ugh. And then the kid eats it and he loves it.
Oh, you guys didn't want no powdered sugar?
No powdered sugar.
Because it makes
You
you
had some
cough.
powdered sugar, dude.
Excuse me.
It's okay.
Did you take a drink out of that guy's cup like I did?
Yep.
It's like road
funny
trip
bit.
and waiting. I mean, waiting to me was one of the most
Accurate.
accurate depictions of working at a restaurant.
Yeah, and every time somebody tells me that, I'm like, I don't need to finish that movie because I've only seen it in parts, and I'm like, this is not.
Oh, it's so good.
Ignorance is bliss.
And this is why we never send food back. You know, you're always scared that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause Ryan
Yep.
Reynolds is back there trying to impress the ladies.
That and the Mexican guy. What's
Oh,
his
yeah,
name?
yeah, yeah.
You talking about Luis Guzman?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
He's
Mira,
awesome.
mira.
So good
Yes,
at that
he's
movie.
the best in
Rules,
that
dude.
movie.
He's initiating people in the back.
Yeah.
Jacopo?
All right, let's do crap on celebrities. All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your crap on celebrities.
And we start with a Foo Fighter update. They haven't announced the replacement for Josh Freese, but they have added more shows to their schedule. So now October 2nd, they're going to be in Indonesia, and then some dates in Japan on the October 7th and 10th. Shane Hawkins, the son of the late Foo Fighters drummer Taylor Hawkins, is going to drum in his dad's cover band, Chevy Metal. They're doing a summer tour that starts July 9th in Denver, wraps up August 31st. So the speculation...
Do the dates line up?
They do line up. So, in a good way. Like, Shane will be out on the road with his dad's cover band, Chevy Metal, and then they will take a break, and then he could possibly be drumming with the Foo Fighters overseas.
It just doesn't make sense why they would kind of unceremoniously fire,
Really?
one of the best drummers around to bring in
Yeah.
Really sucks.
and not give a reason.
And I don't know anything about Hawkins as a kid, but for some reason, and I there's no way that I'm alone here. You know what? I'm not going to say that. I'm not rooting against him, but I bet you others are.
Why?
What I'm saying is, I think they kind of put him in a weird spot.
But what's different than, like, Jacob Noel? Like, what do you mean a weird spot? Like, because
Well, I think this
like
is
stepping in for
drastically
Sublime's.
different.
Yeah.
Drastically different because those are actual original members. The Sublime with Rome thing was a different thing. Those are two different camps completely. This was the Foo Fighters saying, guys, look, we've made a big deal and we're bringing in Josh freaking Freese, only to be like, nah, never mind. Kind of piss off the community a little bit.
Well, and fire the guy like without reason.
Right, and then you're going to bring in him. I don't know, man. I
It doesn't
think
make sense.
even if it does, it just sets up the Hawkins kid not in a great way.
I disagree. I think that the minute this news broke that Josh Freese was out, I go, it's Shane. And I was talking to a couple people at Point Fest and thinking the same thing. I don't think it puts him in a weird place. I think that he is like the rightful heir to that spot. Like, I think there's always going to be an open seat at the kit for Shane Hawkins.
But it doesn't
with
make
what
sense
Dave
to
Then they
fire
should have
the other-
made that clear. This is only 2 years ago.
Right, but it doesn't make sense to fire the guy without reason.
And that's the part that's confusing to me, and it sucks.
We'll see.
Morgan Wallen's rap cover of the Keith Whitley song Miami has everybody convinced that he used Alvin and the Chipmunks for the vocals. So I didn't know this song. Here's a little snippet of it. Let's get to the Alvin and the Chipmunks part and hear your thoughts on
This
it.
is Morgan Wallen.
You got me in my head for a couple days now, but it don't hit the same as my Tennessee town. Except for getting sand in my boots. Ask yourself, what the hell is a redneck gonna do?
That's kind of funny.
Same producer as the Hamster Dance.
Boy, that's terrible.
It's
by the way.
auto-tuned,
That's
it's
a terrible song.
high-pitched. And also, it makes me
Is that
think.
a single?
Yeah, modern country.
It's a single.
The affect is so interesting.
You know, what's interesting is country fans, and I'm going to generalize here.
Oh, people love when you do that.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
here we go. Ready to be pissed?
Here we go.
Everybody sit down.
Here we go.
You know, and this is with the classic rock community as well, because I get to see that firsthand over at Keishi. They don't like rap music. Some do. Some are like, I listen to all genres. I'm cool. Good for you. The old school, like the people that actually know who the hell Keith Whitley was in the 1980s when this song came out, probably aren't down with some auto-tuned version of this cover sounding like a white guy trying to be black in his rap version of this country hit.
You think that's
and
what he's going for here?
And I find, yeah, because it's like mumble rap.
He got me in my head for a couple days now, but it don't hit the same as my Tennessee town.
Like this might as well be a Miguel song. You know what I'm saying? Like it might as well be a mumble, like kind of dreamy rap song, which I'm down with. But you don't hear too many country fans, like, you don't see them going to support those artists in the actual hip hop community where it sounds like this. And I'm just wondering, like,
Nobody listening to Keith Whitley is listening to Morgan Wallen.
you don't think?
No, this is for
there's
my
no way.
kids.
But
my,
do you-
my kid? This is the crossover that's like selling country music right now, and it's for 18-year-old blonde gals that are like, this is country.
But I mean, so there's
never heard
there's
of
a
Keith
negative
Whitley.
take on it, but then I think also like maybe this is kind of a bridge as well into cross genre, like bridging that gap, similar to how Beyonce, and I know that was controversial, Beyonce releasing a country record, and a lot of people that love country said
Now
it wasn't
country
good.
guys that go on rap.
Yeah. So is that blending the two genres, and is that harmonious, or is
No,
that?
I think this is just what's hot in country right now.
This is a
It's
crossover
strange.
into money, and it all started with Lil Nas X. He opened the door.
I
He
totally
kicked
agree.
the door open for the Morgan
Well,
Wallens.
Nelly.
Yeah.
So reminds me of I saw, which is weird, Morgan Wallen auditioned for The Voice years ago, and that's like resurfaced recently. Totally different guy. Looked
No
like
mullet?
Are you telling
Keith
me there's
Urban,
some,
skinny tie, and I think he sang like a.
you telling me there's some sort of
Collide?
manufacturedness?
He didn't sing a country song either. He sang like a
What?
He definitely leaned back in, and he talked very differently.
Oh.
His speaking affect. Just go listen to it. It was different.
Interesting.
Which is fine. We all change, and I get it.
Sure.
But yeah, it's an interesting take. And I don't think anybody that's listening to this knows Keith Whitley, so it don't matter.
I didn't know who. I mean, I didn't know, but I thought,
Oh,
this
he
is
was
an
on The
interesting
Voice,
song.
huh? So Morgan Wallen was on The Voice. He sang "Stay."
You got it.
I think his audition was Collide by Howie Day, which I'm not.
Sell my soul just to see your face. And I break my bones just to heal your
This is back in 2014. Yeah, he's definitely changed his look.
He's
He's got a good voice.
He was good.
It's like, yeah, that's a great voice.
More on the country music front. The Hall of Fame just debuted a brand new exhibit featuring the one and only Dolly Parton. It's The Journey of the Seeker, available for viewing all the way until September of next year. It's going to include clothing, awards, handwritten lyrics, instruments, photos, and exclusive interview footage, even lyrics in the first draft of Jolene, and also her writing out 9 to 5. So go check that out if you are a Dolly Parton fan. In TV news, rest in peace to George Wendt, best known for his role as Norm Peterson in Cheers. He died peacefully at his Chicago home on Tuesday at the age of 76, according to The Hollywood Reporter. His passing coincided with the actual 32nd anniversary of the show's final episode.
Yeah.
And the cause of death was not disclosed. Here's a little montage of Norm Peterson entering Cheers.
Afternoon, everybody. Norm! How you doing, Norm? What do you know? Not enough. Afternoon, everybody. Norm!
Norman?
You know? I heard of that stuff. Better give me a tall one in case I like it. Afternoon, everybody.
Norman?
How you doing, Norm? Cut the small talk and give me a beer.
Well, everybody's dream to walk into a bar and everybody just yell your name.
I know. He was such a loved character. I always loved Norm.
What a cool, like,
No.
to be an alcoholic like that and just walk in and everybody just calls your name out.
Everybody
Yeah,
loved
nice.
him. So beyond Cheers, he went on to appear in films like Fletch and Gung Ho. He made guest appearances on shows including Saturday Night Live and The Simpsons. And he also competed as the Moose in The Masked Singer in 2023. Here's a little audio clip of him on SNL from the 90s.
All right. Here we go.
Hello, and welcome to another edition of Bill Swirsky's Superfans. I'm Bob Swirsky, sitting in for my brother Bill, who's still recovering from that dreadful heart attack. With me, as always, are the Superfans, Pat Arnold. Hey, Bob. Carl Wilarski. Hey, Bob. And Todd O'Connor. How are you, Bob? Real good. Real good.
That's a classic
Once
one.
again, we're coming to you from Dicka's Restaurant in the heart of Chicago, the city of the big shoulders, home to a certain team which come January will run roughshod over the competition in Super Bowl 26, a team that is known as the Bears.
Bears.
The
Bears.
George,
That's a sad one.
it was a sad one because I'm sure you're like me. You grew up watching Cheers in the 90s, like as a kid, and you kind of got to know all those characters really well, and sucks when they
Do you remember
go.
they pulled out his tab? How much money he owed for all
I
the
do
beers?
remember that. I don't remember how much.
Oh, it was a giant, you know.
There's so many bits on bits with that character, like never showing his wife that he calls at home called Vera. He's constantly like getting phone
Vera.
calls looking for him up there.
Let's talk about Vera.
Well, his actual wife, I read, was Vera.
I have
really?
I have the estimated tab on Norm.
And his nephew's Jason Sudeikis.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Real
That's
life,
great.
yeah.
Real
So
life.
Bernadette Burkett was his wife, who actually voiced Vera on Cheers, and they met at Second City.
Oh, so what was, how much
according,
did he owe?
according to George Wendt, it was $123,953.
Wow.
but they say, AI has calculated and said over the course of the entire season or the entire series, $124,406.90.
Wow.
He was close.
Did they ever say what type of beer he drank?
I think it was just a Pilsner.
Draft.
Yeah, just try.
That show's good. It holds up, too.
Mm-hmm.
There's a comedian that has a podcast that every episode is just him talking about an episode of Cheers.
Huh.
Guys, we got bra news. Kim Kardashian, who already put out a nipple bra back in, I think it was 2023, where maybe if you don't have nipples or you hate your nipples, these nipples were prominent in the bra. And now we have a nipple bra with faux piercings.
Oh, so back in 23, she put out the bra that had like, oh, it's cold in here.
Yes.
So you had that look under your shirt.
And now we have the nipple piercing bra, so barbell type of nipple piercing. It's $74, 3 neutral tones. It will begin being sold tomorrow at skims.com. A portion of the proceeds from the bra is going to be donated to 1% for the planet, supporting environmental causes. And also some good behind it. Breast cancer survivors have noted the bra's design is actually quite empowering for many of them, offering a sense of normalcy and confidence post-mastectomy.
So with the nipple ring.
Yeah.
So with a faux nipple ring.
Faux nipple ring.
Yeah, sign me up.
Sign you up.
Well, what if
Sign
you're
me
wearing
up.
it one day and then not the next day, and then somebody says, "Hey, didn't you have a?" And then you're like, "Why are you looking?
Why you looking?
What do you mean? I mean, yeah.
Where's your nipple barbell at?"
I thought you had a.
Okay, so a chick wears that, and then you're like staring at her chest. Mm-hmm. But you've adorned it. Like
Right.
Like you're okay with that then.
I mean, if you're wearing this bra, you are
You're drawing
releasing
attention.
yourself to say,
You're
like,
drawing
hey,
attention
look at
to
my
it.
nips. Yeah.
So don't get mad when we stare, okay?
And we ask, like, are your boobies pierced?
Don't
right.
get mad.
So now we're all just going to assume that you're wearing one of these.
Right.
So
and you
we
won't
can
know.
we can
look.
make light conversation.
I mean,
It's all
see how it
fine.
goes.
No.
Step right up.
No, I'll let Scott do that.
No,
Scott,
it's
let me know
false
how it goes.
advertising, man.
Well, speaking of bras, you guys, Whoopi Goldberg has not worn a damn bra in 50 years, and she doesn't care who knows about it. She actually said, quote, "I don't mind if they hit the floor." Then she proceeded to kick one of her imaginary extra stretchy breasts up into the air like a soccer ball.
Oh, my God.
And then loop it over her shoulder like a scarf for extra added convenience. Thank you.
She's still married to Ted Danson?
No. He's married to Mary Steenburgen. It's been forever.
Oh,
She wear a bra?
The whoopies hit the
They
floor.
dated like once for like a little bit.
you
Back
kidding?
when he went blackface, remember?
Oh, God. I forgot
Remember he
about
did the
that.
blackface for the Friars Club? They were roasting her,
Okay.
and they were dating.
Oh, okay.
So she pretended to kick one of her saggy breasts up in the air like a soccer ball.
Yes.
Well,
Now it's Joe time.
TheView.com. Thank you. I watched the trailer for the new It prequel series, Welcome to Derry, that's coming to HBO. Looks good. Bill Skarsgård is going to be back as Pennywise the Dancing Clown. So this is obviously... Well, not obviously. This is a prequel to the movies that we've already seen out, the newer ones and the ones from the 90s, the made-for-TV movie. This is a series, so it'll kind of follow this, give us the story from like way back in the day, like the 1950s of where Pennywise came from. Also in trailer news, Jurassic World Rebirth is the first trailer featuring Scarlett Johansson. And according to the trailer, there's about 24 species of dinosaurs to worry about, and they don't really have a lot of places to go. So they're on this island. I got to say, is it weird? Like, Scarlett Johansson is a big star, and I find it strange that she is in this sequel of Jurassic World. I feel like she's not doing herself a favor. Like, she should have been on the first one, or why is she in it now?
jumping in?
Yeah. I don't know. And I love her.
You know what I'll bet it is?
What?
Money.
Money. She's got a baby on
I'll
the
bet
way.
it's a lot of money.
Money.
Well, no, I'm sure she's very wealthy as it is.
Well, she's married to Colin Jost.
I'm sure she's the breadwinner
Yeah.
in that relationship, but I'm sure they threw a lot of money at her.
It looks fine. Jurassic World Rebirth hits theaters for you dinosaur fans July 2nd. This is wild. So Sarah Silverman, which I was talking to Riz about this, and Rafe, I know you watched the Conan O'Brien Mark Twain Award. Her delivery to Conan going up on stage with his mouth looking like a vagina, and
So
she
funny.
hid photos of his. So she had a picture of Conan O'Brien's mouth, and when you turn it sideways, it looks like a vagine, okay? And so back in the TBS days with the Conan show, they had to blur out the photo because she held it up to her crotch, like fully clothed, and they had to blur it out. She's like, finally, since we're on Netflix, it
Here
will not
it
be
is.
blurred.
Here's the joke.
And she's like, ladies and gentlemen, check under your seats. And every seat in that auditorium had the Conan O'Brien photo of his mouth. And so you had all these prestigious people holding it to their bits. And it was great.
It was very funny.
Definitely worth the watch. But Sarah Silverman, she's recently been interviewed by Rolling Stone magazine. She had a brother named Jeffrey who died before she was born. And she opened up about how he died, and it's pretty awful. So she and her two sisters grew up believing that their little brother suffocated in some sort of freak accident involving his crib when he was a baby while he was in the care of his grandparents. But Sarah's father, Donald Silverman, finally told her the truth right before he died in 2022 and said, I've always felt that he was crying or something and that my dad shook him. He shook him in a rage and killed the baby.
Oh, so the grandfather shook the baby to death?
So so Donald Silverman, Sarah Silverman's dad, his father, who was also extremely abusive to him as a child, shook his baby boy so much that he killed the baby.
I wonder if Sarah Silverman had a relationship with her grandfather.
It doesn't sound like she did, or maybe her parents kept her away from him. But
Man, that is dark.
it
Holy
was very
cow.
dark.
That's heavy, boy.
Lots of darkness.
Heavy.
And finally, I asked you guys to think of a movie that really just tugged at your guts, like it made you cry. You know, what's a movie that, and all of us, I think majority of people cry when they watch a good movie that's emotional. Is there one that stands out to you that tears you apart?
Me.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
The count of three, we're going to say it together.
Okay.
Yep.
I think we all got it.
Oh, you think so?
I think we all have the same
I
one.
think maybe. And
Dumb and Dumber? I'm just kidding.
I'm not going to say Rudy, because that's my obvious answer.
Okay.
I'm thinking that you're
Let's do it.
thinking of one of two movies.
Okay,
We got to do
ready?
the countdown.
All right.
I feel like I know this.
I'll count you down.
God.
3, 2, 1.
Big Fish.
Oh, yeah.
It's on there.
It did it.
It's a great one.
It did
Big
it for me.
Fish. Man.
I'll tell you what. I thought you were going to say Field of Dreams.
No, Big Fish.
Big
My
Fish.
God.
Big Fish will tear you up.
Oh.
Yeah,
If you have daddy issues or your dad's dead,
Your dad's
it will
dead.
tear
If you got a
to
dead
shreds.
dad,
You just have a dad.
don't watch Big Fish.
Yeah, Dead Dad Club.
Yeah.
Beware.
Uncles.
I cried even though there's people in the theater having an intense makeout session during that movie. It bothered me. Where I was like, do you guys not have dads?
Right.
What's going on down there?
What about you, Rafe? What's a movie that tore you up?
Big Fish tore me up pretty bad. That was going to be the one I said, but crying wise, man, what's another one I bawl my little
I have
eyes out on?
You got
Marley
one?
and me.
Yeah. Mine was when I was a little kid. The only other time it got me in a theater was My Girl. Whenever Macaulay died.
where's
And I
his
was like,
glasses?
no, it's just an actor. He's acting. It's just a movie.
That is sad.
But it got
Yeah,
me.
my girl.
I remember the
Damn
very
bees.
first time I was a kid and I saw Homeward Bound and I thought Shadow didn't make it. I was like, oh boy, you could choke me. And then Shadow made it,
Which,
guys.
by the way, Does the Dog Die is a great resource if you are one of these people that gets pretty upset about dogs dying in movies. It'll tell you ahead of time if it happens.
What's one for you?
One for me, Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind. It's like my favorite movie. It's just, it rips me apart each time. It's just so
That's
beautiful.
a ripper.
There's nothing cooler than a bunch of rock and rollers in a tour bus watching Marley and me together. Real
yeah.
quiet afterwards.
Lots of ballads written after that.
Real quiet. Everybody's just like, well, I'm going to go get some McDonald's or something.
What's the list?
So the list, did you have one, Ray?
I was going to say where the red fern grows always tore me up when I was a kid.
Yeah, that's a good
Any movie where the dogs.
The
don't
beginning of that is sad. I like the ending.
Well, I'll say all of our movies that we just said made this list on Reddit.
Oh, you know, it's a recent one, Soul.
That's a good one. That's another dad movie.
Oh, it's another dad movie.
Which one's that?
That's the animated.
It's
I think
jazz.
Jamie Foxx is the voice.
Yeah, that's good. Well, similarly, so Coco is on this list. That one's good if you love your grandma. Atonement, Saving Private Ryan, Big Fish, Eternal Sunshine, Where the Red Fern Grows, Land Before Time, Up, All Dogs Go to Heaven, and Fox
And
in the
Before Time,
Hound.
that's a dinosaur.
Yeah. Oh, that tears me up, too.
Saving Private Ryan is so heavy when they do the little age thing. They age him in the graveyard.
Oh, yeah.
And it shows his family. That's that moment. You're just like, wow.
Man.
The story behind All Dogs Go to Heaven is so freaking sad. Have you seen this on TikTok?
No.
So Burt Reynolds was the voice of the dog, and the little girl who did the voice of the girl was like murdered by her dad, like a murder-suicide situation. When he went in to do those takes, he was crying for real because the little girl.
What?
It's crazy.
That's awful.
Well, let's move on.
Which makes it even sadder.
Let's move on.
Well, anyway, that was on Reddit. Movies are great, and that is your crap on celebrities. Thanks.
I'm looking this up. Judith Barcy. Oh my gosh! Both The Land Before Time and All Dogs Go to Heaven were released after her death. Holy smokes!
Lisa.
All right, go ahead. Birthdays.
What are we doing? Oh yeah, celebrities celebrating her birthday today. Sarah Ramos, that's Hattie on Parenthood, is 34. We got Brett Rossi, the former porn hoe who was almost Mrs. Charlie Sheen. After he revealed that he was HIV positive, she sued him for assault, battery, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. He turns 36 today. Josh Hamilton, the former Cincinnati Reds outfielder who can't carry more than $10 on his person and must always travel with a team buddy because he likes to party, is 44. Gautier, somebody that I used to know, hit, is 45. Lisa Edelstein, that's Dr. Lisa on House, is 59. Judge Reinhold is 68. Mr. Friggin' T. B.A. Baracus, Clubber Lang, you know Mr. T, he's 73. Al Franken is 74. Leo Sayer is 77. And Ronald Isley, the lead singer of the Isley Brothers, coincidentally enough, who served 37 months in prison for tax evasion, is 84 years old.
All right, today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Darla Crane. And today's birthday girl's been in 328 fine films, including American Tushy 2. She was in The Bad Lesbian 3 and 4, Cheaters Retreat 1 and 2, Disorderly Nurses, The Good, The Black, and The Horny. She was in This Kitten's Got Claws, Panties on Parade, Welcome to Casa Butts 1, and who could forget a role in 2006's My Mother Loves the Brothers, Part 2. Darla Crane is 59 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. Thanks to Schlafly, so they got the big barbecue and bargain bash coming up on Saturday. I know Moon and the Teenage Dirtbags are playing free, absolutely free.
Yeah, free show. Meat Sweats are playing. The 45 is playing. And Dirtbags, we take the stage at 6:30. We close it out 6:30 to 8. The whole event's going from noon to 8. They're going to have, it's like a rummage sale kind of thing. Tons of cool vendors and, of course, barbecue. And I just found out, actually, big thanks to Madeline for dropping off everything. And she said that every single beer sold on Saturday at the event, for every beer, they're going to donate $1 to the tornado relief.
So it's a full day of flavor and finds at the Schlafly Barbecue and Bargain Bash, the Schlafly Tap Room, noon to 8, Saturday, all day rummage style event. Brings together a mix of eclectic vendors, slinging treasures, quirky goods, and vintage scores. You get all the details at schlafly.com and just click on their events page. All the details are on there. Again, Moon and the Teenage Dirtbags go on at 4.
No, 6:30.
6:30, as I said. And
we'll have new merch, too.
New merch.
And Rafe, I'm going to save one for you.
Thank you.
Nice.
Because it is.
I love that shirt, dude. I wear it all the time. I wear it to the gym all the time.
You may love or hate this next one.
All right, Moon. We got time for an email. We are running late, so
okay,
let's go.
The email is presented by DraftKings, the Casino Queen. Play, stay, and dine. Visit DraftKingsTheCasinoQueen.com for special promotions. Listen, I'm going to pass up a couple bad ones that we could really get into just for a good one, okay? Because this show does good in our community. Guys, I wanted to let you know that I was catching up on the podcast on my way home from work yesterday. I heard Moon's story about Bilbo Stanley Baggins and the raisin. Remember my dog ate a raisin?
Yes.
One freaking tiny raisin. And $266 later, his stomach was pumped and blah, blah, blah. 10 minutes later, I walked in my house and noticed our canister of raisins lying open and empty on the dining room floor. My dog had gotten the container, ripped it open, and ate what I estimate to be at least 2 cups of those little suckers.
Oh, my.
Jeez. 2 cups of raisins, huh? Nuts.
Immediately, I called my vet who had us come in right away. They got her to throw up. But they were worried that
Here's the vet. Come in right away and make sure you bring your checkbook.
They were worried that some might still be in there and her kidneys may have some damage. So they put her on IV fluids, did some blood work, kept her overnight. After continuing fluids all day and checking her labs again, I was able to bring her home tonight. We'll check labs again in the morning and her kidney numbers are good. We dodged a big bullet. I had no idea that raisins can be terribly toxic for dogs, and just wanted to let you know that this story very likely saved Charlie's life. Thank you. I love this show. 3 out of 5
Well,
stars.
there you go. We are saving human and animal lives.
That's right.
And by the way, yes, raisins are bad for dogs.
My neighbor's dog is named Raisin. What a slap in the face.
Living on the edge.
It's like you being named Onion.
Yeah.
That's right.
Put you
Rafe
down.
Onion Williams.
All right, we're going to tear into, I guess, this barbecue. Stay there. We'll be back. If you missed anything, the clip of the day brought to you by Michael's Flooring. Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers brings you the podcast, which is titled?
It's titled, I Don't See a Time Limit Sign, Old Man.
All right. Sorry, old man. What else?
Just this Saturday, the Schlafly Barbecue and Bargain Bash. Noon to 8 o'clock. Teenage Dirtbags from 6:30 to 8. New merch. It's a freaking free show with spectacular things going on. Plus, every beer sold, $1 they donate to the tornado relief.
Learn.
I just want to say congrats to my good friend Kathy Haig. She just retired.
Hey,
And,
congratulations.
she's awesome. Her husband Dave just texted me and said, hey, give her a shout out. So I'm doing that. Congrats, Kathy. Love you. See you soon.
Rafe.
No notes.
Scott.
No notes as well.
All right, we leave you with a selection from our Teamers Remember the Day, brought to you by Hot Shots. From St. Louis, Jenny Hartung is our team.